150 men, women, and children were dead. Quantrill's chief weapons were speed and surprise. The force hit Lawrence before anyone even knew it was near. Apparently, the people of Lawrence have not forgotten the message Quantrill carried. Pepper Rodgers and the Jayhawks, have now residing in Lawrence, Kansas, have lived off quickness and speed all year long. And if there is a bigger surprise in the Big 8 Conference than the Kansas football team, I don't know what it is. Hi, sports. This is Jack Ogle, along with Bob Berry from Owen Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma. A crowd of 55,000 is on hand for today's game between the University of Oklahoma Sooners and the Kansas Jayhawks. The weather is clear. The wind is northeast at 15 miles an hour. The temperature presently 58 degrees, and I'll be back in 60 seconds.
People who want to have time on their hands come to Goodnose, and no wonder. Goodnose Jewelry, 205 East Main, has Norman's most complete stock of beautiful, accurate watches for every budget and every purpose. For example, there's the Caravel, a hardy low-budget timepiece just right for children, active teens, or even a second watch. Starts at $10.95. At Goodnose, you'll find the complete line of watches by Longines, Wittnauer, Bulova, names that are famous the world over as symbols of quality and craftsmanship. Goodnose Jewelry has the largest service department in town right there in the store. There's no sending out, and Goodnose has the repaired literally hundreds of thousands of watches right here in Norman. So come in soon to Goodnose Jewelry, 205 East Main, your center for watch sales and service here in Norman.
The University of Oklahoma Marching Band is on the field here in Norman, and let's go down on the field now for the prayer and the national anthem.
That trust eternal truths, which are the common heritage of all men of good faith. This afternoon, Dr. George L. Croft, as president, invites you to join the thousands gathered here and also a huge radio audience, thus to remind ourselves of our spiritual heritage. We ask you please to stand for a brief prayer to be given by Mr. Jerry Griffith, president of the senior class. Remain standing to join Dr. Arthina Smith, local soloist, and Dr. Gene A. Brock from the OU band in singing our national anthem.
I said to the man who stood at the gate of the air, "Give me light that I may safely tread into the unknown." And he replied, "Go out into the darkness and put your hand in the hand of God. That shall be to you better than light and safer than any known way." Let us pray. Our Father, we thank you for this another day, for the blessings of home, of state, and of this nation. We are truly grateful, for we know we are a blessed people. As we place our hands into the unknown future, let no fear assail us. Help us to be as confident that thou wilt be with us in the future as we know thou hast been in the past. Amen.
Kansas has been a surprise in the Big 8 Conference this year. It's like saying Mickey Mantle might make the Hall of Fame. It's just not quite enough. The Jayhawks have lost 4 games and have won 4 games. One of their early defeats was an 18-15 loss to Indiana, now unbeaten with an 8-0 record and a possible trip to the Rose Bowl, the nation's fifth-ranked college football team. Those fellows who make the odds have decided that Oklahoma is a 17 to 20-point better team than Kansas. If you want to put money on the Sooners, you must accept that 17-point spread. There are probably a lot of people in Kansas who would be happy to get it. Kansas has been tough in the conference. They have lost only to Colorado. That won a last quarter situation. But probably the most important thing about the Jayhawks is their wide-open approach to the game. Leading Colorado in the fourth quarter with a fourth down and 13 yards to go deep in their own territory, they passed for 25 yards and a first down. Kansas has a great amount of backfield speed. Their pass receivers are very fast, and their passer, Bob Douglas, leads the conference in both passing and total offense. He's hit 70 of 150 passes this year for 1,165 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's added another 321 yards scrambling, and his total offensive effort in 8 games is 1,486 yards. Kansas is a team that leads the conference passing offense with 151 yards passing per game. They are third in total offense with 302 yards per game. But on the other side, Kansas has not been what you could consider a good defensive football team. They've lost games to Colorado, Indiana, Stanford, Ohio University, along with wins over Nebraska, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and, of course, Kansas State. Kansas has given up an average of almost 16 points per game. Oklahoma, 4.3 points per game. Passers have thrown for an average of 155 yards each game against Kansas, while Oklahoma's given up 95. Teams have rushed for an average of 151 yards each afternoon against Kansas, while Oklahoma has given up 113. Oklahoma should have the best defensive team without question, but that is only part of the game and part of what must be considered. Kansas has rarely ground out a touchdown this season. They'll sputter along for a few series of downs and hit the ball. They've been a great come-from-behind team all season long. They were behind Stanford at one point, 14-0, but drove ahead 17-14 before losing. They trailed Indiana 15-8, but then tied the score. Oklahoma State led 15-0, then Kansas put 26 straight points on the scoreboard. Kansas State led 6-0, but Kansas won 16-14. The Jayhawks have these elements: fine coaching, good speed, good passing, and massive courage. Now the question is whether they have the personnel and the physical strength to play with Oklahoma. For a look at the starting lineups for today's game, here is Bob Berry.
Thank you, Jack Ogle, and good afternoon, everyone. We can best describe this afternoon's weather by saying it once again is Fairbanks fair weather here in Owen Stadium. Let's have a look at the starting lineup for the Kansas Jayhawks on the offense. Starting at split end, Ben Ollison from Bakersfield, California, senior at 21, 6'1", and 167. At the strong side tackle, Harold Montgomery from Wichita, Kansas, a senior, 2-year letterman, phys ed major, 22, 6'4", and 214. At strong side guard, John Green from Duncan, Oklahoma, senior, 1-year letterman, education major, 21, 5'10", 216. At center, Dale Evans from Russell, Kansas, a sophomore, 19, 6'1", and 201. At the tight side guard, Ken Wurzberger from Lawrence, Kansas, junior, 1-year letterman, pre-med student, 19, 5'11", 202. At the tight tackle, Keith Christensen from Concordia, Kansas, a junior, 1-year letterman, phys ed major, 26'4", and 256. At the tight end, John Mosier from Wichita, Kansas, sophomore, phys ed major, 19, 6'3", and 198. In the backfield, starting at quarterback, the left-handed quarterback, Bobby Douglas, who's a real good one. From El Dorado, Kansas, a junior, 1-year letterman, business major, 20, 6'3", and 205. At fullback, Mike Reeves from Concordia, Kansas, sophomore, political science student, 19, 6'1", and 198. At tailback, Junior Riggins from Centralia, Kansas, a junior, 1-year letterman, journalism major, 20, 6'0", and 194. At flankerback, John Jackson from Memphis, Tennessee, a junior, 1-year letterman, education major, 21, 5'10", and 167. For Oklahoma, starting at the tight end position or weekend, Steve Zabel from Thornton, Colorado, sophomore, University College student, 19, 6'4", and 206. At weak side tackle, Byron Bigby from Columbia, South Carolina, junior, 1-year letterman, special education major, 21, 6'2", and 214. At the weak side guard, Ed Lancaster from Shawnee, Oklahoma, sophomore, business major, 21, 6'0", and 200. At center, Bob Craig from McAllister, Oklahoma, senior, 2-year letterman, business major, 26'1", and 207. At the strong side guard, Ken Mendenhall, sophomore from Enid, Oklahoma, University College student, 19, 6'2", and 198. At strong side tackle, Bob Kalsu from Del City, Oklahoma, senior, 2-year letterman, business education major, 22, 6'3", and 221. At the split end, Joe Killingsworth from Oklahoma City, sophomore, University College student, 19, 6'3", and 186. In the Oklahoma backfield, Bob Warmack at quarterback from Ada, Oklahoma, junior, 1-year letterman, finance major, 20, 6'0", and 170. At fullback, Mike Harper from Jinx, Oklahoma, sophomore, business education major, 19, 6'2", and 190. At tailback, Ron Schatz from Weatherford, Oklahoma, senior, 2-year letterman, accounting major, 21, 6'0", and 201. At wingback, Eddie Hetton from Lawton, Oklahoma, a junior 1-year letterman, special education major, 26'1" and 197. Those are your starting lineups. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
People who want to have time on their hands come to Good Nose, and no wonder. Good Nose Jewelry, 205 East Main, has Norman's most complete stock of beautiful, accurate watches for every budget and every purpose. For example, there's the Caravelle, a hardy low-budget timepiece just right for children, active teens, or even a second watch. It starts at $10.95. At Good Nose, you'll find the complete line of watches by Longines, Wittnauer, Bulova, names that are famous the world over as symbols of quality and craftsmanship. Good Nose Jewelry has the largest service department in town, right there in the store. There's no sending out, and Good Nose has repaired literally hundreds of thousands of watches right here in Norman. Come in soon to Good Nose Jewelry, 205 East Main, your center for watch sales and service in Norman.
The co-captains this afternoon for Oklahoma, Bob Stevenson and Bob Kalsu. For Kansas, Mike Sweatman and John Green. The officials, referee Bob Frederick, the umpire is Harold Saunders, the linesman is Glenn Bowles, the field judge is Al Conway, and the back judge is Ed Merrifield. Let's pause now 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Sooner Football Network.
You're listening to the Sporty One in mid-Oklahoma, KNOR, 1400 on your dial in Norman.
Mike Sweatman. For Oklahoma, number 77, Bob Kalsu, and number 31, Bobby Stevens.
The co-captains are meeting at midfield with the officials for the toss of the coin. We'll try to catch that for you right quick, and we're getting pretty close to kickoff time here. Kansas, of course, will call the toss. Well, all the officials are being introduced, so we'll check the coin toss for you in a moment. Right now, let's tell you we'll be back in 90 seconds for the kickoff.
Pre-game warm-up has been presented by Good Nose Jewelry, 205 East Main in downtown Norman. Shop Good Nose for quality name-brand watches. Bring your watch in for service. At Good Nose, you'll find beautiful orange blossom crystal in China. And for credit, your jeweler in Norman is Good Nose. That's Good Nose Jewelry, 205 East Main. Today's exciting OU football game is brought to you by the Downtown Shopping Center, Norman's only one-stop shopping center. By First National Bank and Trust Company. Think first, bank first at the First National Bank. By Sooner Superette, your one-stop headquarters for all your food needs and fine services. And by Star Pharmacy. Remember, you're the star. Quality health needs at a lower price. Star Pharmacy. You drive all over town. You get caught in the traffic, hit every stoplight just to pick up those day-to-day needs. Sound familiar to you? By the time you get home, your nerves are frayed and your feet are tired. But say, why bother with all that running around? You can do all of your shopping in one simple stop no matter what you need at Norman's Downtown Shopping Center. You'll save time and money, too, by paying a visit to the merchants in the Downtown Shopping Center where reasonable prices are a habit. That's the Downtown Shopping Center, where there's always plenty of free parking. Norman's only one-stop shopping center. Now to Owen Stadium for today's exciting football game.
We have very close to a packed house. I'd say a good 55,000 and maybe upward from that here today at Owens Stadium in Norman for this OU-Kansas football game. And Kansas coach Pepper Rodgers will have his first introduction to what Don Perot at Missouri once called the snake pit at Oklahoma. Bob Berry.
Thank you, Jack. The Kansas Jayhawks won the toss of the coin. They elected to receive, and so Oklahoma chose the wind, which, as Jack mentions, is about 15 miles per hour from the northeast. So Oklahoma will be defending the north to our left and kicking, and the Kansas Jayhawks will be receiving and defending the south to our right. We're on the west side facing east. A beautiful day for football, and what a great game we have here. With a victory, Oklahoma can clinch at least a tie for the conference title, and the Kansas Jayhawks with a victory could be right back up in the conference picture as far as winning it is concerned. All right, the Kansas Jayhawks deploy now to our right. They are very, very dangerous on kickoff and punt returns. Shanklin and Thermos Butler are the two deep men. Butler on the far side and Don Shanklin, the 5'9" speedster from Amarillo, Texas, on the near side. Mike Vachon will be kicking from the hash mark on the far side. We're waiting the official's whistle, and we'll have this Big 8 conference game underway. There is the whistle, and here we go. Oklahoma versus Kansas, and here it is, end-over-end kick. Thermos Butler has it at the 6-yard line. At the 10, cuts to his left at the 15, a hole at the 20, at the 25, at the 28, 30, 31-yard line. A fine return by Thermos Butler.
Kansas, like most teams, returns up the middle, looks for daylight, and he found plenty of it then. There was a big gap up the middle. The Sooners came back in from the outside to cover, but they returned the ball upfield from the 30-yard line just slightly.
A 55-yard kickoff and a 25-yard return. And here we go. It's Douglas, Reeves, Butler, and Jackson in that backfield. They shift out of the I formation. Wing to the right. Handoff goes up the middle to fullback. Mike Reeves, good hold for him up across the 33, 34 to the 35-yard line. Brought down by John Pittsworth, the defensive right tackle. So Mike Reeves, the Concordia, Kansas sophomore fullback, gains 5 from the 30. Let's put it at the 35-yard line. Just underway, no score. Don Shanklin in at the flanker back spot now. Shanklin will go on the wing to the right. Ben Ollison splits out to the left side. Quarterback is Douglas. They're in the T formation in the backfield. Handoff goes to Reeves, the fullback, up the middle, has about 3 yards, close to that 38-yard line. Rick Goodwin, the linebacker on the left side, brings him down. It'll bring up a third down play and about 2 for Kansas.
Well, it's obvious what Kansas is attempting to do with the Oklahoma middle, and Granville Liggins is run right straight at him, make Liggins commit himself, and then go to the other side. And that's what's happened on the first 2 plays. Granville has slanted to the left both times, and Kansas has gone to his right.
Third down play. Kansas wing right, split into the left side. Here's Douglas pulling out, handing off fullback up to the 40, has the first down, up across the 40, 41, close to the 42-yard line. That's Mike Reeves handing off, or getting the handoff from Douglas, the quarterback, and getting from the 38 up to the 42 for a first down. John Kohler and Rick Goodwin bring him down. So that's the first down of the ball game. Kansas having driven now from their own 30 to their own 42-yard line, where it's a first down and 10 yards to go. Mike Reeves, the fullback, has carried 3 times in a row. All right, Kansas, same formation. Wing to the right, split into the left. Here's Douglas rolling to the right side, deciding to run. Cuts upfield, 44, 45-yard line. And at the 46, finally brought down by Dick Peso and Bruce Stensrud, the left tackle defensively and left defensive halfback. Douglas just pulled out from center and took off to his right, advancing from the 42 up to the 46-yard line, a 4-yard gain, to bring up a second down play and 6. John Jackson and Don Shanklin are alternating at the flanker back or wing back spot. Shanklin in there now. He's on the flankers out to the right side. Ben Ollison splits to the left. T formation in the backfield. Douglas, quarterback. One of the Sooners jumps offside. That's Liggins jumping offside. Flags go down.
Well, the Sooners just got a little anxious down there on the play. Douglas obviously is trying to set up his passing game. He's been up the middle twice, 3 times, trying to pull the defense in, and then went on the rollout, but it was an obvious rollout. No pass attempt on the play. But he likes to throw that ball off the running pass pattern, and he'll be tough to handle if he can keep his running game going.
The ball moved to the Oklahoma 49-yard line. Second down play and 1 yard to go now after that 5-yard penalty. We have 12:39 to go in the first period. No score. Kansas on the move has moved from their own 30 to the Oklahoma 49-yard line, where it's a second down 1. Flanker to the right. Wing to the right side. Handoff goes to Reeves, the fullback, over the right side. Gets down to the Oklahoma 46-yard line. First down for Kansas at the Oklahoma 46. Granville Liggins makes the tackle at the Sooner 46-yard line. The second first down for Kansas. And the Jayhawks doing a lot of substituting. 2 players on every play. Shanklin and Tommy Anderson in there now at wing back and split end, respectively. Shanklin will flanker to the right side. Anderson splits to the left. T formation in the backfield. Oklahoma 5-man line. Handoff goes to Butler over the right side. Gets across the Sooner 45 to the 43, close to the 42-yard line. Peso hits him, drives him back, and let's see where they put that ball down. They'll put it at the, let's see, or downfield at the 41-yard line. So a pick up of 5 yards from the 46 down to the 41. It'll second down 5 for Kansas.
Kansas has run almost consistently to the middle and to the right, their right, the left defensive side of Oklahoma, and Reeves has gained 19 yards and 5 carries now.
All right, we have a flanker out to the left side. That's Jackson, split into the right. And that's Ollison. Here's Douglas rolling to his right to run with the ball. Good blocking in front of him. At the 40, down the sideline, then bumped out of bounds by Kohler at about the 37-yard line. Dick Peso helping out. A gain from the 41 to the 37 or 36-yard line. Let's see where they put it down. They'll give him the forward progress right at the 36-yard line. Very, very close to the first down, so they'll measure it over on the far side. The play went out of bounds on the east side, and that's where the chain was. They measured his first down Kansas at the Oklahoma 36-yard line. And so the Jayhawks really moving with precision here in this opening drive have driven from their own 30 all the way down to the Oklahoma 36, and only once have had to go to a third down play. Shanklin flanker to the right side. And here's quarterback Bob Douglas pitching back to his tailback Butler over the left side at the 35, at the 30-yard line, at the 28-yard line before he's pulled out by Rick Goodwin. Fine run by Thermos Butler, the Columbus, Georgia junior tailback, who was lined up at right half, came over the left side, got good blocking in front of him, and got from the 36 down to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 9 yards on the play brings up second down and 1 yard to go. With 11:03 to go in period number 1 and no score. Here's John Jackson now, and at the wingback on the right side. Ollison splits to the left. Here's Douglas pulling out to his right to run with the ball. Cuts at the 30-yard line. Big hole at the 25, at the 20. Hit at the 17. Drives forward the 15. Inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Trimmer and Files finally bring him down at the Oklahoma 13-yard line.
That was a tremendous run by Douglas. He picked his hole, and they're taking Kohler to the outside on the play. He's turning it in, but there's a big gap. They're not getting the coverage in the gap when Kohler goes to the outside. And Douglas put on a tremendous effort. He carried a couple of players about 4 yards with him.
14-yard pickup there. John Jackson on the wing to the left. 1st and 10 Kansas at the Oklahoma 13. And here's the pitch back to Butler going over the left side. Hit hard and down by Trimmer right at the line of scrimmage, the 13-yard line. Also, Titsworth helped out on the play. No gain, and that's the first time Kansas has been held to short yardage. They put it down. They give him about a yard on the play. A little less than a yard, actually. Second down, let's call it 9 yards to go in the area of the Oklahoma 12-yard line. Backfield for Kansas is Douglas, Reeves, Butler, and Jackson. The split end is Ollison. The tight end is Mosier. Douglas has yet to throw a forward pass. This drive has been all on the ground from the Kansas 30 down to the Oklahoma 12, where it's second down 9. Jackson flanks wide to the right. Ollison splits wide to the left. 2 running backs behind Douglas. He pulls out of there, rolls to his left, looking to pass, throws in the flat, complete to Butler at the 14, at the 10-yard line, and he's down and out of bounds at about the 7. That was John Mosier rather than Butler. Mosier, the tight end, got the pass in the flat on the far side, advanced it from the 12 down to the 7-yard line. Pickup of 5 brings up 3rd and 4 for Kansas at the Oklahoma 7-yard line. 9:34 to go in the first period, and Kansas moving extremely well from the opening kickoff. They've driven all the way from their own 30 down to the Oklahoma 7-yard line. The wide side of the field will be to Kansas left as they break the huddle. Ball placed down at the hash mark, 18 yards in from the far sideline. Shanklin flanks wide to the left side. It's Ollison split to the right. The halfback split behind Douglas from the Oklahoma 7. Douglas rolling to his left to run or pass, fakes the pass, cuts in. He's hit at the 7, hit hard at the 7, and gang tackle down right at the 7-yard line. Steve Barrett made the initial tackle, and it'll bring up a 4th down for Kansas. That was a great defensive play by Steve Barrett, who came up from safety to hit Douglas just after he had faked a pass and decided to run. No gain on the play. It brings up a 4th down 4 for Kansas from the Oklahoma 7. Bill Bell, who has hit 4 of 7 field goals, checks in the ball game to try a field goal, and it'll be about a 23-yarder. The ball will be placed down at the 13. You add 10 yards for the end zone, and it winds up a 23-yarder. Shanklin will hold. The ball is down, and here's Bell's field goal attempt. It rockets up in the air, plenty long enough, and it's good. So there's timeout on the field. With 8:49 to go in the first period, Kansas 3, Oklahoma nothing.
Say, do you know what a First National blank is? Well, a First National blank is the best thing that ever happened to money. It's your very own personalized check from the First National Bank and Trust Company right here in Norman. It's just as good as cash anywhere in town and a lot more convenient, too. You can select from 3 types of checking accounts at the first, the regular, the special account, or the no-charge 500 account. One of them sure to be tailor-made for your needs. Each check is personalized, free of charge for it gives you your address, your telephone, or account number. Stop by the First National Bank at Main and Peters. The walk-up window is open till 8 p.m. Monday through Friday to cash those First National blanks or to open your First National account. First National blanks, the first thing, the best thing that ever happened to money.
Since the Texas game. Kansas 3, Oklahoma nothing with 8:49 to go in the first period, and here comes the kickoff from Bell. Kicking against the wind, from right to left. A good, fine kick into the end zone. Kenton takes it inside the end zone. Comes out there, 5, 10, 15, cuts to his left at the 18, at the 20. Is dropped right at the 20 or 10-yard line by Pat Hutchins from Mason City, Iowa, sophomore. Ball just upfield from the 20. Call it a 20-yard return, a 60-yard kickoff. Oklahoma has the ball for the first time today on offense from their own 20-yard line. That Oklahoma backfield, Warmack, Harper, Schatz, and Hetton. Kansas defense has Benoit, Turgeon, Hicks, Dircher, and Zook across the line. Doyle and Sweatman, the linebackers. Coleman is the monster man, or Hawk. We'll get the rest of it for you in a moment. Oklahoma formation right, hitting in motion to the left side. Here's a handoff to Schatz over left tackle. Gets about a pair, and that's all. Dropped hard by Mike Sweatman, the right linebacker. Kansas City, Missouri senior, all Big 8 conference last year. Schatz over the left tackle, picks up a pair from the 20 up to the 22. Second down play and 8 yards to go for Oklahoma, trailing 3-0 with 8:27 to go in the first period. The defensive halves for Kansas, Tommy Ball at left defensive half, Pat Hutchins at right defensive half, and the safety is Dave Morgan. Here's Joe Killingsworth splitting to the right side. Hinton on the wing to the right. Harper and Schatz behind quarterback Warmack. 2nd and 8 from the Oklahoma 22. Warmack, a long signal count. 5-man Kansas front. Handoff goes to Schatz over the right side. Hit at the 22. Falls forward to the 23-yard line on a fine tackle by Mickey Doyle, the left linebacker for Kansas. 1-yard pickup. So it'll bring up a 3rd down play and 7 for Oklahoma from their own 23, trailing by a score of 3-0 with 7:54 to go in the first period in this very important Big 8 conference game. Kansas took the opening kickoff, drove from their own 30 down to the Oklahoma 7 where they were stopped. And then it was Bell that kicked that 23-yard field goal to give Kansas a 3-0 margin. All right, Oklahoma goes formation left. Hinton in a wide slot to the left side. Killingsworth split to the left. 3rd down 7. Warmack back to pass. Looks upfield. Throws down the middle. Completes his able at the 35-yard line. And downed immediately by Dave Morgan. First down, Oklahoma. And that was a 12-yard pass play from the 23 to the 35 in Oklahoma territory. From quarterback Bob Warmack to Steve Zabel. Oklahoma first down of the game at their own 35-yard line. Set to go. The Sooners formation right from their own 35. Kansas doing some stunting on defense. They have almost an 8-man line there. Warmack gives off to Schatz over right tackle. He's tripped up and is downed almost immediately at the 37-yard line. Lost possession of the ball, but that was after the whistle had blown. Vernon Vanoy and Emery Hicks on the tackle. 2-yard pickup for Ron Schatz. Things are mighty tough up the middle for Oklahoma today against these Kansas Jayhawks.
2nd down 9.
6:42 to go in the first period, and the score is 3-0. Kansas leads Oklahoma the ball at the Oklahoma 37-yard line. 2nd down play and 8 yards to go. Joe Killingsworth split wide to the left side. Hinton on the wing to the left. 2nd down 8 from the Oklahoma 37, and a 5-man front for Kansas. Here's Warmack, faking the handoff to Schatz. Rolling to his right, looking to run or pass. Gets the block, decides to run, cuts up the sidelines to 40, and bumped out of bounds at the 41-yard line for a pickup of 4 from the 37 up to the 41. I believe is where they'll put it inbound. Knocked out of bounds by Orville Turgan, a defensive left tackle. The ball at the 41-yard line, 3rd down 4. Ed Lancaster shaken up on the play, and replacing him at the weak side guard is Bill Elstrom from Galveston, Texas. So the Oklahoma line has Zabel, Bigby, Elstrom, Craig, Mendenhall, Kalsu, and Killingsworth. Oklahoma 3rd and 4 from their own 41-yard line. Formation to the left for Oklahoma. Kansas with a 5-man front. Schatz goes in motion to his left from tailback. Warmack takes the snap from center. He's rolling to his left. Goes in the flat to Schatz. Overthrows him. Schatz was open at the 50-yard line, along the far sideline, but it was an overthrown forward pass. And Oklahoma runs out of downs and will be forced to kick. 1 of 2 passing for Warmack and the Oklahoma Sooners. Kansas leading 3-0, and Oklahoma's drive stalls at their own 41-yard line. 4th down play and 4, and it'll be Gordon Wheeler checking aboard to do the punting chores. Don Shanklin back to receive the punt for the University of Kansas. Shanklin is 165-pound, 5'9", and he is really a speedster and very difficult to get out. Kansas leading 3-0 with 6:16 to go in the first period of play. Oklahoma back in punt formation. Gordon Wheeler gets the snap from center in good shape. The line holds well. Here's the kick with the win. A fine spiraling kick by Gordon Wheeler. Shanklin retreats, takes it at the 13-yard line. Retreating now back. Gets the block at the 11-yard line. Goes to the 10 to try to get around someone. Zabel gets the hand on him. Gets away from him at the 15. Goes up across the 20 and finally is dropped at the 21 or 22. And the flag is down at the point of the tackle.
Shanklin made a good return on the 46-yard kick, though he didn't return it too far upfield. He escaped a lot of people. They had several cracks at him. He actually retreated a little bit after he caught the ball. We have a flag down over there. We're going to see what it is. It's either got to be a dead flipping penalty against Kansas, and that's going to move the ball back half the distance to the goal from where the flag was dropped, which is right about the 20-yard line. So it'll move it back to the 10. And Kansas has a long ways to go on this one. Field position could be very important in this football game. I was interested that Oklahoma had very, very much difficulty moving up the middle against Kansas. They felt that they could move against Kansas up the middle of that line, but they were unable to do so consistently the first time they had the ball.
All right, Kansas at their own 10. First down, 10 yards to go, leading Oklahoma 3-0. We have Shanklin on the wing to the left side. Right end split. Handoff goes to the fullback. Powers up the middle. That's Mike Reeves. Gets close to 5 yards on the play from the 10 close to the 15. And Reeves has been running very well against the Oklahoma defense. They have put it down at the 14, give him a 4-yard pickup rather than a 5-yard gain. Kohler and Goodwin make the tackle. With 5:41 to go in the first period, it's 3-0 Kansas. The Jayhawks second down and 6 from the 14-yard line. Here's replacement now at fullback, Mike Reeves, who's been running so well, replaced by J.C. Hickson. All right, Kansas with the right end split has Douglas rolling out to the left, deciding to run at the 10. He's hit and dropped on a fine tackle at about the 14, which is the line of scrimmage. Great tackle by Riggins and Stevenson. No gain on the play. Douglas came to his left to run, and it looked as though he had plenty of daylight, and then here came Riggins and Stevenson, knocked him down at the 14. Third down play, still 6 yards to go for the University of Kansas. 5:02 to go in the first period of play. Kansas leading by a score of 3-0 with 4:58 to go. Now, on a third down play, Dave Morgan is back to punt. This may be a pass or a trick, but it is not. It is a punt, and a fine one by Morgan. Barrett is waiting for it. He takes it at the Oklahoma 44, gets one block, and then is hit hard and drops to the 48-yard line. John Mosier makes the tackle. Oklahoma has good field position then at their own 48 as Kansas punted on third down, trying to protect that 3-0 lead.
The Centers have at least began to contain Douglas. He made 23 yards in his first 3 carries around the end, but in the last 2 tries, he hasn't made an inch. So Centers defense improving slightly outside.
Oklahoma has yet to be in Kansas territory. They start now with the second time this afternoon on offense from their own 48. Hitting on the wing to the left. Owens at tailback gets the handoff over the right side. He'll have a yard, and that's all. Brought down by Doyle, Sweatman, and Orville Turgeon. The ball at the 49, only a 1-yard pickup for Steve Owens. The Oklahoma backfield is Warmack, Harper, Owens, and Hinton. We have 4:27 to go in the first period. Kansas leading Oklahoma 3-0 on a 23-yard field goal in the first period. We're in the first quarter, 4:19 to go, and Oklahoma 2nd and 9 from their own 49. Formation to the left, Hinton on the wing to the left side. Zabel, the tight end, on the right. Killingsworth is split out to the left, of course. Here's Warmack rolling to the left, looking for a split in, throwing for him, way overthrowing him at the Kansas 41. Joe Killingsworth, the ball was much too tall. Warmack overthrowing his receiver for the second time today. Hutchins was defending, but Killingsworth was open. The pass was not there. 1 of 3 passing for Warmack. And it's a 3rd and 9 for Oklahoma at their own 49-yard line. Kansas defense has Benoit, Turgeon, Hicks, Dercher, and Zook across the line. Doyle and Sweatman the linebackers. Ball and Hutchins the defensive halves. Morgan the safety, and Ward Coleman is the monster man, or Hawk, as the Kansas team calls him. 3rd and 9 from the Oklahoma 49. Owens in motion to the left from tailback. And here's Warmack taking the snap, rolling to his left, looking to run or pass. Throws. It's deflected incomplete at the 41-yard line. Intended for Owens. Nice deflection by Pat Hutchins. And Oklahoma can pick up only 1 yard in 3 downs. Brings up a 4th down play, and still those same 9 yards to go. And Oklahoma will be back to punt. Kansas leading by a score of 3-0 with 4:02 to go in the first period. Oklahoma's not yet crossed into Kansas territory.
Oklahoma must get their running game going up the middle if they're going to move the ball against Kansas, because Kansas is defending relatively well on the passes. Warmack has missed 2 of them, but that was a good defensive move on the last one. They got to get running up the middle.
Set to go now. Gordon Wheeler had, I believe, a 41-yarder the last time he punted. This is with the wind. Too deep to receive. And here we go. The kick from Wheeler, a wobbly one that will sail downfield and out of bounds. A short punt. It goes out. Let's see where they mark it. In the area of the 38 or 39-yard line. A very, very short punt. Only about a 13 or 14-yard punt as the ball went off the side of Gordon Wheeler's foot, and Kansas will have the ball at the 39 as they put it down in Kansas territory. So the punt actually goes 12 yards.
Wheeler may have been trying to hit that a little too soft. He didn't have too much kicking room, and he wanted to hang it up there high, and when you try to baby them, sometimes they're easy to miss.
Kansas operating from their own 39, 1st and 10. Wing to the left, split into the right side is Ollison, and here's Douglas rolling to the right, faking pass. He tucks it under the arm, up to the 40, hit at the 43, bounces forward to the 45-yard line. And he'll pick up from the 39 to the 44 or 45. Let's see where the knee touched the ground. Titsworth and Bruce Stensrud bring him down. It's at the 44. So a pickup of 5 for Bobby Douglas, the quarterback. Douglas, the left-hander, was faking pass all the way. He's a fine ball player. Much, much improved from last year. 3:31 to go in the first period. Kansas leading Oklahoma 3-0. Here is Tommy Anderson, the split in out to the left side. John Jackson, the wing on the right. 2 running backs behind quarterback Douglas from the Kansas 44. Back to pass, rolling to his left, looking to run or pass. Douglas stops, tries to fake out a man, and is brought down by Titsworth at the 42 and a fine tackle, a 2-yard loss.
Tremendous move by Titsworth. He was blocked clear to the ground. He made one leap over a blocker at the ball carrier and was knocked down again, and he got up and caught him by a shoulder pad and finally drug him down.
The loss from the 44 back to the 42, and it'll be a 3rd down play and 7 yards to go. Kansas must go to their own 49 for the first down. The ball resting at their own 42. 2:50 to go in the first period, and Kansas leading Oklahoma 3-0. Shanklin flanks to the right side. Anderson splits to the left. 2 running backs are Riggins and Hickson behind quarterback Douglas. And here is Douglas, faking a handoff, rolling to his left, looking to pass or run. Being rushed hard now, and it's hit behind the 40 for a loss at the 39-yard line. Kohler and Riggins dropped quarterback Douglas for a loss as he was rolling to his left, making motions with his hand for people to go deep for the pass, but there was no one there, and the Sooners drop him for a loss of 3.
Got to give credit to the Sooner pass defense on that. They had everybody covered, and that gave the lineman time to get through on Douglas.
Here comes a 4th down play then. 4th and 10, actually. Morgan back to punt. The deep man for Oklahoma is Eddie Hinton. 2:33 to go in the first period. The snap is back to Morgan. Good rush put on, but he gets the fine high kick away. Now the wind catches it. Fair catch signaled for and taken by Bobby Stevenson at the Oklahoma 35-yard line. Oklahoma has their hands on the ball on offense for the 3rd time today, this time from their own 35. Kansas maintains that lead of 3-0, and the Sooners have yet to be in Kansas territory. That was a 26-yard punt from the toe of Dave Morgan from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. 3-0, Kansas leads. Oklahoma in possession for the 3rd time today. The Sooners have picked up only 1 first down. Schatz is the tailback now, Hinton on the wing to the left side. Killingsworth split to the left. Kansas with a 5-man front, 2 linebackers. And here's Warmack faking a handoff, pitching back to Hinton, sweeping the right side. Gets around him at the 35, up to the 40, out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A fine run by Eddie Hinton. And we see a flag down on the field now, back at the line of scrimmage that we hadn't seen earlier, and it apparently will go against Oklahoma, so that play may be erased.
It's going to be illegal motion against Oklahoma. They had movement before the ball was snapped. Oklahoma, of course, faked that play up the middle. They always do when they go on that pitch on the wide sweep, and the fake is to the tailback and the pitch to the wide man. And actually, Hinton was outside very well. The defensive end came through and made an excellent move against him, but Hinton ran around the tackle and managed to pick up yardage with it. But it's all going to be rubbed off the board because it's going to be a 5-yard penalty walked off. That'll move the ball back to the 30-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 15.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first period, and Kansas leading Oklahoma 3-0. Oklahoma has the ball in the center of the field laterally. Killingsworth splits to the right side. Hinton on the wing to the right. Tight end is Zabel on the left. I formation. Shots in the top of that eye. Here's Warmack taking the snap. Faking the shots. Back to pass. Looks upfield. Throws for Killingsworth. Overthrown. But Warmack had to rush his pass because of a fine rush put on by Emery Hicks and Orville Turgeon. Pass intended for Killingsworth was broken up by Ball and Morgan, but as we said, Warmack threw it much more quickly than he would like to have thrown it. He was rushed hard. 2nd and 15 for Oklahoma at their own 30-yard line. 1 of 5 passing for Warmack and the Sooners. The only first down the Sooners have picked up was via the pass when Warmack passed for 12 yards earlier in the ball game. 2:16 to go in the first period. Kansas leading 3-0. Oklahoma 2nd and 15 from their own 30-yard line. Hinton lined up at left halfback. Oklahoma unbalanced line to the right. Here's Warmack faking the shots, pitching to Hinton, sweeping the right side. Gets the block at the 30, but is rubbed down at the 31 or 32-yard line on a tackle by Emery Hicks, the middle guard, and Vernon Benoit, the defensive left end. Let's see where they put it down. They'll put it upfield from the 31. About a yard pickup is all. 3rd down play and 14 for Oklahoma. Oklahoma on that play when unbalanced line to the right. And when they go unbalanced, they'll move their tight end Zabel from his normal position, put him over on the other side. That's how that line becomes unbalanced. That is, more players to one side of the center than the other. From the 31 then, 3rd and 14 for Oklahoma. This time balanced line. Hinton on the wing to the left side. Killingsworth split to the left. Warmack rolling to his left to pass. Looks upfield. Throws a long pass for Zabel. Intercepted by Morgan at the Kansas 38, at the 40, at the 45, at the 50. Is hit at the Oklahoma 48-yard line and dropped right there by Joe Killingsworth. Kansas possession in Oklahoma territory. Let's pause now for station identification. This is the Sooner Football Network.
You're listening to KNOR Radio, Radio 14 in Norman. This OU football game is brought to you in part by Star Pharmacy, 424 West Main in Norman and 629 Moore Avenue North in Moore. You're the star at Star Pharmacy, where prices are lower.
Kansas has the ball at the Oklahoma 47, where they put it after the interception. Here's Douglas pitching the ball back to Riggins, going around the right side, bumped hard out of bounds in the area of the Oklahoma 40 or 39-yard line. Bruce Stensrud knocks him out. A pickup from the 47 down inside the 40. The play went out of bounds on the far side, and let's see where they're bringing in the hash mark. They'll put the ball down, downfield from that 39 at the 38-yard line. So there's a pickup of 9 yards by tailback Junior Riggins from Centralia, Kansas, going around the right side. The ball at the Oklahoma 38-yard line on a 2nd down play and 1 yard to go for Kansas. Split into the right. Shanklin on the wing to the right. Douglas hands off to Reeves, the fullback, over the right side. Gang tackled, but I believe he has the first down in the area of the 36-yard line. All he needed to get was to the 37. He got 1 more yard than necessary. The ball at the Oklahoma 36, first down, Kansas. Number 5 in the game. Kansas at the Oklahoma 36, leading by a score of 3-0, with 1:02 to go in the first period of play. Oklahoma's yet to be in Kansas territory. Kansas comes out in wing to the left. That's John Jackson now on the wing to the left. Allison split to the right side. I formation. Handoff goes to Riggins over the left side. Gets pretty good running room. Then is dropped at the 32-yard line after a 4-yard pickup by Jim Files, the defensive right end. Junior Riggins, the tailback, went to his left, veered further to his left, and Files has him at the 32-yard line. 4-yard gain. Second down play and 6 for Kansas. Shanklin comes in at the flanker back. Tommy Anderson comes in at the split end for Kansas. So the backfield now is Douglas, Reeves, Riggins, and Shanklin. The split end is Anderson. The tight end is Mosher. Anderson splits to the right. Shanklin flanks way to the left side. T formation in the backfield. Douglas rolls out to his right. Looks to pass or run. Fires a pass complete to Riggins at the 27-yard line. Will be spun down at the 27 by Gary Harper, the Sooner monster man. A pickup from the 32 down to the 27. And it'll bring up a third down play and a yard to go for the Kansas Jayhawks at the Oklahoma 27. 5-yard pickup on the pass play. And time runs out in the first period. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Kansas 3 and Oklahoma nothing.
Say if you're driving around and need some fresh donuts or some groceries or a barbecue sandwich or a check cashed or a cold drink or how about a typewriter, a TV or a money order, or you have a priceless piece of paper you want to be sealed in plastic, a TV or radio tube to be tested or some notebook paper. Well, then head for the Sooner Superette. More Sooners now shop at the Sooner Superette than ever before. Stop by the Sooner Superette and you'll see the reason why. Everyday low prices on all food needs and complete services. The Sooner Superette, 1313A Jenkins, just south of Owen Stadium. If they don't have it, you don't need it.
As we start the second period of play, Kansas leads 3-0, and they have the ball at the Oklahoma 27, third down and 1 yard to go. John Jackson on the wing to the left. Anderson, the split end to the right side. This was ready for play, but the official was not yet ready to signal time back in, so let's see if the Jayhawks huddle again. They'll go back in their huddle again. 3-0 the score as we're getting set for the second period of play.
Kansas put the ball in play 21 times in the first quarter. Oklahoma only 12. Kansas rushed up the middle 9 times for 38 yards, went outside 9 for 31 yards, and they hit 2 passes.
Third down 1 from the Oklahoma 27-yard line. And here's Douglas handing off to Reeves, the fullback, over the right side. Easily has the first down, brought down across the 25 by Rick Goodwin and Don Frimmer, the Sooner linebackers. Put it at the 24-yard line. A pickup of 3 yards, the 6th first down for Kansas. The ball at the Oklahoma 24-yard line. First and 10 yards to go. The Jayhawks handling the Sooners in the first period. Oklahoma's defense stiffening when it had to, but Kansas towed through that 23-yard field goal to lead it 3-0. 14:33 to go in the second period. We're just underway here in period number 2. Kansas has a split into the right, flanker on the left side, and here's Douglas faking a handoff, keeping around the right side, breaks down close to the 20-yard line. Pyle drives his way to the 20. A man had him. That was Titsworth, but he kept those legs churning, and Files finally jumped on top to stop him for sure at the 20-yard line. A 4-yard pickup for Bob Douglas, the quarterback. Ran around the right side then after faking a handoff into the line. Shanklin and Anderson replaced Jackson and Allison at flanker back and split in respectively. The ball at the Oklahoma 20, second down play for Kansas, and 6 yards to go. Wing left is Shanklin. Split right is Anderson. Here's Douglas pitching back to Riggins over the left side. Gets to the 18-yard line. Titsworth brings him down at the 18. Liggins also helping out on the play. A gain of 2, third down play and 4 for Kansas at the Oklahoma 18. The ball in the center of the field laterally. With 13:40 to go in the second period. Before a crowd of more than 55,000. Kansas leads Oklahoma 3-0, and the Jayhawks on the drive again. This drive began after an interception by Kansas of a Bobby Womack pass. All right, Kansas from the 18 on a third down play and 4. Split into the left, flank to the right side. Douglas, the quarterback, on the quarterback sweep around the left side. 18-yard line, 15-yard line, 14-yard line, and close to the 13 before he's finally brought down by Peso and Goodwin. Bob Douglas on the quarterback sweep. First down, Kansas at the Oklahoma 13-yard line. The 7th first down for the Jayhawks. As Douglas picked up 5 big yards on the play. Jackson and Allison back in. Or rather, let's see, Shanklin stays in.
Missouri, nothing.
At the flanker back, but Allison in it split in for Kansas. First and 10 from the Oklahoma 13-yard line. 12:48 to go in the second period. Kansas leading 3-0. Kohler, Peso, Liggins, Titsworth, and Files across the line. Goodwin and Trimmer the linebackers. Harper the monster man. Kansas split into right, flanker left. Douglas rolling to his right, looking to pass. Throws, it's complete at the 15-yard line. That's the tight end Mosher at the 8-yard line. And struck down right at the 8-yard line. John Mosher from Wichita, Kansas, the sophomore. He's Douglas' favorite receiver. And the gain goes from the 13 to the 8. 5-yard pickup on the pass play brings up second down 5 for the first down, 8 yards for the touchdown for Kansas. 3 of 3 passing for Bob Douglas, the quarterback for the Jayhawks. He's from El Dorado, Kansas, a junior and a fine ball player. John Jackson is the flanker back. He flanks out to the left side. Here's quarterback Bob Douglas. Takes the snap from center, hands off to the fullback. Reeves is hit hard, but falls forward to the 7 for a 1-yard pickup. Don Trimmer really nailed him. The right linebacker hit Mike Reeves after he gains only a yard after that hit. So it's a third down play and 4 for Kansas at the Oklahoma 7-yard line with 11:46 to go in the second period of play. Kansas leading by a score of 3-0. The Sooners needing a win in this ball game to clinch at least a tie for the conference. Kansas with only one conference loss to Colorado last week, trying to stay in the conference title picture. Split into the left, Flacker to the right side, pitch back to Riggins, sweeping the right side. He's headed to 7 and dropped. Fine pursuit on the part of Oklahoma. Steve Barrett, John Kohler, Bruce Dinsrud, all on the tackle. As the attempted sweep by Junior Riggins, the tailback, netted him virtually nothing. The ball still at the 7, and it's 4th and 4 for the University of Kansas. Now let's see whether the Jayhawks go for it or try for the field goal. Apparently they're going for it because the kicker, Bill Bell, has not checked aboard. The ball at the Oklahoma 7, 4th down play, and 4 yards to go. They need to go to the Oklahoma 3 for the first down. Here's Kansas up to the line of scrimmage going for it on a 4th down play, and timeout now signaled by Kansas. Timeout on the field. The score, Kansas 3, Oklahoma nothing.
When you go shopping for medicine cabinet needs for your family, it's mighty hard to know where's the best place to shop. However, if you shop at Star Pharmacy Discount, 424 West Main in Norman or 629 Moore Avenue North in Moore, you can be sure of the highest quality products at a greatly reduced price. Check into the full line of Squibb products carried at Star. There's none better. No matter what your health needs, shop Star Discount Pharmacy to be sure of quality and price.
Everyone is guessing what will Kansas do here on a 4th down play and 4 from the Oklahoma 7. They must go to the 3 for the first down. They're not going to try a field goal. They lead 3-0. 4 yards for the first down, 7 yards for the touchdown. Split into the right, flanker to the left side, and here's Douglas calling the play. Still calling, long signal count. And here's Douglas taking the ball, rolling to his left, looking to run or pass. Big rush, the hit shot by Kohler to 15, and Kohler brings him down.
Harper did a tremendous job on the play. He came in from his defensive monster man spot, turned the play in, and about the time that Douglas thought he's going to get to throw the ball, John Kohler came up from behind and really unhinged him. So Oklahoma takes over out at the 15.
An 8-yard loss resulted on the play. Oklahoma, with the hands on the ball for the 4th time today, has never been in Kansas territory. Kansas leads by a score of 3-0, and oranges have been thrown on the field from the south end zone. And so a brief timeout will be called while we clear the oranges off the field. I'd say those are a bit premature with Kansas moving exceptionally well on Oklahoma this afternoon and Kansas leading 3-0.
Well, maybe Kansas throwing them out there, Bob.
Oklahoma rehuddled at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 yards to go. The center backfield, Warmack, Harper, and Owens with Hinton on the wing to the left side. Oklahoma formation left. Kansas stunting on the defense. Warmack takes the snap from center, gives off to Owens. He breaks free at the 15, goes to the 17 or 18, then is dropped hard by a fine tackle by Mike Sweatman and John Zook, 2 real fine defensive ball players. Owens pulled his leg free of one tackler, would-be tackler at the line of scrimmage, and then squirted forward for 3 yards to the 18. 2nd down 7 for Oklahoma at their own 18-yard line with 10:25 to go before halftime. Kansas leading Oklahoma 3-0 on a 23-yard field goal in the first period of play. Oklahoma formation to the right. Kansas a 5-man front, and here's Warmack rolling to the right. Gets a good block. Fakes the pass, decides to run at the 20-yard line. He's hit, jumps for the out-of-bounds line at the 22, and will have a pickup from the 18 to the 22 on that sweeper on the right side. Mickey Doyle knocked him out at the 21 or 22. They bring it at the hash mark.
21-yard line.
22-yard lines where they put it down, as we called it. 4-yard pickup, third down play and 3 for Oklahoma. Their own 22. Oklahoma has only one first down, that on a pass play in the first period. They have not been in Kansas territory yet. We're in the second quarter with 10:09 to go. The wide side of the field laterally is to Oklahoma's left. Here's Hinton on the wing to the left side. Or Hinton, beg your pardon, lines up at right halfback. The Sooners go unbalanced line to the left. Warback fakes the pitch back to Hinton, and he's brought down for a loss at the 20-yard line on a big play by John Zook, the defensive right end. Fourth down, Oklahoma.
Kansas is tackling about as well as any football team as we've seen this year, I think. They just haven't missed any tackles. They're making one-man tackles about everywhere, and they're laying them in there real good. Oklahoma going to have to kick it again.
Oklahoma then back at the 20 after the 2-yard loss. Fourth down play and 5. Gordon Wheeler checks aboard. He's from Carlsbad, New Mexico, a junior 209-pounder. Shanklin and Drew Jennings are back to receive. Jennings on the near side, Shanklin on the far side. The snap back to Gordon Wheeler. Good protection. Puts a beautiful spiraling kick into the wind. A great kick. Jennings waits for it. Fumbles it at the 23. Picks it up at the 25, at the 30, at the 34, at the 35-yard line. A tremendous kick by Gordon Wheeler. 56-yard punt and a 10-yard return. How about that? Steve Owens makes the tackle on Drew Jennings at the Kansas 35-yard line. First and 10 for the Jayhawks, who have dominated play in this ball game thus far. 9:20 to go in the second period. Kansas leading by a score of 3-0. Oklahoma has been unable to get their offense on track, having picked up only one first down. Bob Douglas, Mike Reeves, Thermos Butler, and John Jackson in that backfield for Kansas. Ollison, the split end out to the left. Jackson on the wing to the right. Here's Douglas, handing off to the fullback, Reeves, over the right side. Yang tackled after only about a yard or two pickup. John Kohler led the tackling. Goodwin, Harper, Liggins, Peso, all in on the stop. And the advance was from the 35 to the 37-yard line. About a 2-yard pickup, a short 2. Second down, a little more than 8 yards to go. Shanklin replaces Jackson at the flanker back or wing back position for Kansas. Second down play, 8 yards to go for Kansas at their own 37-yard line. Ollison splits wide to the left side as the split in. Shanklin flanked to the right. 2 running backs, Reeves and Butler behind quarterback Douglas. Douglas rolls to his left, looks to pass, throws a long pass for Shanklin. Incomplete. He had beaten his man. Shanklin had beaten Stensrud, was behind him at the Oklahoma 20. The pass was overthrown. 3 of 4 passing. That's the first incomplete. Second down or third down play at 8 for Kansas at their own 37.
Douglas threw that ball at the 30-yard line. It hit the ground at the 15-yard line. He heaved it 55 yards in the air. And Shanklin was back there. He had gotten behind the defender by about 3 steps, and if the ball had been in there, he'd have been hard to catch.
So here's a big third down play. Kansas from their own 37. Third down play and 8 yards to go. Split in to the left side. Jackson on the wing to the right. Douglas hands off up the middle of Butler on a trap play. Gets to the 40, and that's all. Bremer makes the initial tackle. Help from his friends Goodwin and Liggins. And the advance from the 37 to the 40, a 3-yard pickup. Fourth down play and 5 for Kansas from their own 40. Well, Coach Fairbanks told us in interviewing him that Kansas lulled you to sleep. They tried into the line, tried some sweeps, and all of a sudden they would uncork the bomb, and they very nearly had it a moment ago. But it was incomplete, and the third down play gained only 3 yards, so it's fourth down 5. Dave Morgan in to kick with the win. Hinton back to receive for Oklahoma. There's the snap back in good shape. The Sooners put a good rush on, but he gets the punt away, and it's not too good a kick. Will sail out of bounds, or hits almost out of bounds at the 25, and finally does bounce out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Ball was sailing toward the out-of-bounds line, bounced just inbounds, and then skipped out of the Oklahoma 23. First and 10 there for the Sooners.
Well, Kansas has run 32 running and passing plays in this ball game so far. Oklahoma has run 15. Kansas has been up the middle 14 times for 49 yards, outside 13 times for 32. Oklahoma has run 5 plays up the middle for 9, 4 outside for 8 yards. They haven't been passing very well, 1 of 6 the way I have it.
Oklahoma from their own 23, first and 10 yards to go. Trailing 3-0. Second period with 7:58 to go. Formation right. Both ends are split. Handoff to Schatz up the middle. 25, 27, close to the 28-yard line. Good hard run by Ron Schatz, Mike Sweatman, and Orville Turgeson. The defensive left tackle brings him down at the 28-yard line. A pickup of 5 by Ron Schatz, the tailback.
28-yard line.
Mike Sweatman, one of the co-captains, calls the defensive signals for Kansas. Oklahoma quickly up to the line of scrimmage from their own 28. Second down play and 5 yards to go. Formation to the right side, hitting on the wing to the right. Here's Warmack rolling to his right, looking to run or pass, throws a pass, overthrown. Intended for Killingsworth at the 32-yard line, way overthrown. 1 of 7 passing for Oklahoma. Warmack has had his sights a little high today. As far as passing is concerned, he's overthrown 3 times now. Ball brought back to the Oklahoma 28, where it's a third down play and 5 yards to go. 7:26 to go before halftime. The clock stops on the incompleted forward pass. It's Dad's Day here at Owen Stadium. 3-0 is the score. Kansas leading. Oklahoma with the ball at their own 28. Third and 5 yards to go. Both ends are split. Hinton on the wing to the right. Shots in motion to his left. Warmack back in the pocket to pass. Looks upfield. Throws for Zabel. Almost intercepted. Pat Hutchins almost had it at the Oklahoma 44. The pass was once again overthrown. Too tall for Zabel at the 40, and Hutchins almost had an interception. 4th down, Oklahoma.
Warmack has overthrown on the last 7 passes now. He really has only been on target on 1 of them. He had one at the sideline that was in relatively close, but the rest of them have been overthrown. He just can't quite seem to get the ball down.
Once again kicking against the wind is Gordon Wheeler. He had a beautiful kick of over 50 yards a moment ago against the wind. 4th down play from the 28. Here's a snap back to Wheeler. Has plenty of time. Puts the toe into it. This one's a wobbly kick. Will not go as far. Bounce at the Kansas 40. Over the head of Shanklin at the 30. At the 25. The ball still bouncing inside the 20. Shanklin picks it up at the 15-yard line and is snowed under at the Kansas 15-yard line. A 54-yard punt and no return. Zabel made the initial contact.
Well, the center's got an excellent bounce on that because Wheeler didn't kick the ball well at all. It was a wobbly kick. Didn't go very far. But it hit the ground, jumped right over Shanklin, and took off like a scared rabbit. By the time he got back to it, the ball was way back there. So Kansas has to go from their own 15-yard line.
Kansas leading by a score of 3-0 with 7:08 to go in the second period of play. The ball at the Kansas 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jayhawks. Ben Ollison splits to the right side. Jackson on the wing to the left. Bob Douglas, the quarterback, pitches it back to Thermos Butler. Up the middle, hit by Primer, and dropped. No gain, or possibly a 1-yard pickup. Tremendous tackle by Primer.
Well, a few tackles like that make you a little reluctant to go in there. Fremer really busted him good, and we're having those oranges thrown down on the field again. Seems like every time Oklahoma makes a tackle, somebody throws an orange down on the field. They don't realize maybe that those tackles don't help when you're 3 points down sometimes.
The ball at the 16 after the 1-yard pickup. Second down, 9 yards to go. Douglas split into the right side. Pitches back to Shanklin. Quick kick, and he pops it in the air. A pop fly, quick kick. Hits at the Kansas 40. Bounds upfield across the 45. Now takes a bounce across the 50. And whoever said the football is not round is certainly true. The ball finally ends up way down at the Oklahoma 45. He popped it up. The ball hit at the Kansas downfield from the 40, and all of a sudden picked up steam, started rolling, rolled across the 50, and ended up the Oklahoma 45.
Well, there were several Oklahoma players in the vicinity of the ball, but of course on a kick like that, you're reluctant to try to field it because all those defensive players are down there, and you can drop them so easily. So they just let it roll, and it rolled the Kansas way.
Oklahoma has not yet been in Kansas territory. 6:18 to go before halftime. Both ends are split from the Oklahoma 45, 1st and 10. Handoff to fullback. That's Harper over the left side, very short yardage. Picks up a yard or two from the 45 up to the 46 or 7. We'll have to wait till they put it down. They put it in between the 46 and 7. Yard and a half pickup. Second down, 8.5 to go. Embry Hicks from Nowata, Oklahoma, the fine sophomore middle guard for Kansas, made the stop on Mike Harper, the fullback. 5:58 to go before halftime. Kansas leading Oklahoma 3-0. Oklahoma from their own 46.5. Killingsworth splits to the right side. Hinton on the wing to the right. Owens in the top of the eye. Fake handoff to Owens. Warmack keeping her on the right side. Fakes the pass. He's hit way back and down on a beautiful tackle by Vernon Vanoy back at the Oklahoma 36-yard line. A great tackle by Vanoy. Warmack tried to fake him out by faking pass, but Vanoy would not be fooled, and the 246-pound defensive end stopped him back at the 36.
Vanoy got there quickly and just stayed with the ball carrier. He just wasn't going to let him go, and Warmack kept waiting and waiting and waiting for somebody to get open, and nobody did, and finally got nailed.
Here's Owens in motion from tailback to his left. Warmack back to pass, being rushed extremely hard. Screen pass to Zabel is overthrown, but Zabel catches it, and then is bumped out of bounds at the 33-yard line for a loss of 3. That was a screen pass. Zabel caught it, but he had to really struggle to catch it. That pass was overthrown, as many others have been. He did make the catch, but lost 3 on the play. 4th down, Oklahoma, and 22 yards to go. And once again, Gordon Wheeler called on to kick into the wind with 5 minutes to go before halftime, and 3-0. Kansas leads Oklahoma. Oklahoma huddling now. They'll have a fourth down play, 22 from their own 33-yard line. Kansas has Drew Jennings and Shanklin deep to receive. Jennings on the near side, Shanklin on the far side. Gordon Wheeler back to kick, waiting the snap from center. There's the snap. It's in good shape. Back to Wheeler. He has plenty of time. Puts the toe into it. A wobbly kick. Jennings waits for it. Takes it to Kansas 30. Upfield to the 35. Tries to get some blocking. Does get a block at the 36-yard line. Goes to the 40, the 45. Then is stopped hard at the Kansas 48 or 9-yard line by Gordon Wheeler, the kicker. 37-yard punt. And a return up to the Kansas 48-yard line. About a return of 17 or 18 yards. Kansas in good field position at their own 48, going with the wind, leading 3-0 over Oklahoma. So the Jayhawks have possession with 4:45 to go in the second period, leading 3-0. Ollison split to the left side. Jackson on the wing to the right. Here's Douglas on the quarterback sweep play, running to his left, trying to get around the end. Pittsworth has a hand on him, then he gets some help, and he's thrown for a loss at the 47-yard line. A loss of 1 as Douglas tried to get around the left end, but he could not make it, and Pittsworth gets credit for a tremendous play as he first got a hand on the jersey of Douglas and then got some help, and they brought him down for the yard loss. Now we have Crutchmer coming in the ballgame, replacing Granville Liggins at nose guard, at the middle guard position. Liggins apparently looks as though he has an arm or a hand injury of some sort.
3 minutes to play in the second quarter.
So Larry Crutchmer is in at middle guard. And here is Gary Ard in at split in for the first time today. Ard split to the left. Jackson flanked to the right side. Kansas 2nd and 11 from their own 47. Douglas rolling to his left, looking to pass, throws downfield. A long pass will be incomplete. Wait a moment, it's caught. It's caught at the 10-yard line. The ball bounced. No, wait a moment. We're back up again. It hit the ground. The ball was intended for one of the Kansas ends, Gary Ard. They split in. The ball hit Barrett's hands, came out, and Ard almost caught it, but it was ruled incomplete.
It was fantastic. Ard wasn't anywhere near the ball, really, when it came down. The Oklahoma defender hit it and kind of knocked it back toward him, and actually I think he just fell on top of it, but it looked for an instant like he might have caught that thing. If he had, it would have been downright phenomenal.
All right, the ball back at the 47. Wow, that was a play. The ball at the Kansas 47, third down, playing 11 yards to go. Ollison back in at split in. He's out to the left side. Jackson flanked to the right. 3rd and 11. Douglas hands off to his tailback, and that's Thermos Butler. Big hole, 50, 45 down to the Oklahoma 44-yard line. A pickup from the 48 in Kansas territory, or the 47 rather, down to the Oklahoma 44-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down play in 2. He picked up 9 yards on the carry.
Hickson moves the ball to the 46.
That was J.C. Hickson carrying the mail rather than Butler, as we mentioned to you. Hickson, the fullback, carrying the ball for the first time today. He's from St. Francis, Kansas. And the 9-yard pickup brings up a 4th down play in 2, as we mentioned, at the Oklahoma 44. Back to kick the ball will be Don Shanklin. Bruce Stensrud is deep to receive for Oklahoma. The Sooners expecting some sort of trickery. Shanklin has passed in these situations, but Shanklin does indeed kick the ball. Not too long a kick. Hits at the Oklahoma 28-yard line and will be killed at about the 18-yard line.
Kick is down
At the 18-yard line, and Oklahoma will have 1st and 10 from their own 18 following that 26-yard punt by Don Shanklin. Well, we have 3:11 to go before halftime. 3-0 Kansas leads on a 23-yard field goal by Bill Bell in the first period of play, and the Sooners have not yet been in Kansas territory. 1st and 10 for Oklahoma from their own 18. Backfield of Warmack, Harper, Schatz, and Hinton. Killingsworth split wide to the right side. Hinton on the wing to the right. Kansas a 5-man defensive front. Hinton in motion to his left. Here's Warmack faking the handoff to Schatz, keeping up the left side, goes across the 20, then it's dropped at the 21-yard line by Mike Sweatman, the right linebacker. Pick up from the 18 to the 21 by Warmack. Warmack faked the handoff to Schatz, faked the pitch back to the trailing wingback Eddie Hinton, and then he kept and picked up from the 18 to the 21. 2:50 to go before halftime. 3-0 Kansas leads. Oklahoma 2nd down 7 from their own 21-yard line. Formation is to the right once again. Bob Warmack takes the snap, rolling to his right, being rushed hard, throws a pass, incomplete. This was slightly underthrown, but the reason for it was that the big rush put on by the monster man Ward Coleman, who grabbed Warmack just as he threw the ball. Pass intended for Killingsworth was incomplete. 2 of 10 passing for Warmack, way below his season average, and it brings up a 3rd down play and 7 for Oklahoma from their own 21-yard line. That clock stops on the incompleted forward pass with 2:37 to go before halftime. 3-0. Kansas leads Oklahoma. Kansas took the opening kickoff and marched from their own 30 to the Oklahoma 7-yard line, where they were stopped and kicked the field goal. That's the way it stood since that time. Oklahoma formation right from their own 21, 3rd and 7. Warmack back in the pocket to pass. Flag is down. Pass is thrown complete to Schatz, out of bounds. at the 26 or 27-yard line, but a flag was dropped just as the play began.
28-yard line, there's a flag on the play.
Well, let's see what we're going to get on this one. I really didn't see anything occurring down there, but apparently something did. And I think it's going to be against Oklahoma because they're taking the ball back. Offside against Oklahoma is the call. And the play was short of the first down. I just kind of imagine Kansas will accept the penalty on this one and get Oklahoma further back in their own territory if they can. Schatz made a nice grab on that pass play. It wasn't quite on target enough. Now let's wait a minute here and see. It's going to be a fourth down and about a foot and a half to go if Kansas lets the play go. If they accept the penalty, it'll be a third down and about 12 yards to go for Oklahoma. So we'll see what they're going to do with it. They're going to accept the play, decline the penalty. So it'll be a fourth down play for Oklahoma, and let's call it a yard to go. 4th and 1.
Refuse the penalty, runs the Sooners out of bounds.
Gordon Wheeler will check aboard for the Sooners to punt the ball on that 4th and 1 play. 3-0, Kansas leads, and once again, Oklahoma has not picked up a first down. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row now. The Sooners have had the ball on offense and been unable to pick up a first down. Gordon Wheeler, who's been really getting the exercise punting today, will kick once again. There's the snap back to Wheeler. He waits. Good rush put on, but he gets the kick away. A fine high kick. And it bounds up the Kansas 43 and is killed there at the 43-yard line. So Kansas will take over at their own 43-yard line with 2:23 to go before halftime, and the Jayhawks leading Oklahoma by a score of 3-0. Granville Liggins back in at the middle guard way. Oklahoma's defense intact. Starting unit, Kohler, Peso, Liggins, Pittsworth, and Files, Goodwin and Frember, the linebackers, Harper, the monster, Stensrud and Stevenson, the defensive halves, and Barrett, the safety. Kansas from their own 43-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go. That was a 31-yard punt, by the way, by Gordon Wheeler. All right, Kansas will have Ollison split to the left side, Jackson flank to the right. 2 running backs behind quarterback Douglas. Douglas rolling to his right, looking to run or pass, throws a short pass, incomplete at the 50-yard line, intended for John Jackson, the wingback. 3 of 6 passing for Bob Douglas, 2nd and 10 for Kansas at their own 43.
I really kind of expect to see Douglas go long here on these plays. This is the kind of situation they like. They have a slight lead in the ball game. They're near the end of the half, and they like to throw the bomb. So you can expect maybe to see them go on the deep pattern here in one of these next couple of plays.
Kansas backfield has Douglas, J.C. Hickson, Riggins, and Shanklin. Douglas the quarter, Hickson the full, Riggins the tailback, and Shanklin the wingback. Kansas goes slot to the left now. Here's Douglas, handing off to Hickson the fullback, over the right side, across the 45 to the 47-yard line for a pickup of 4 yards. Goodwin and Liggins on the tackle with help from Don Fremmer. Pickup of 4 from the 43 to the 47 in Kansas territory. 3rd down play for the Jayhawks.
Goodwin, Liggins, and Fremmer.
And 7 yards to go. They must go from the Kansas 47 to the Oklahoma 47 for the first down. Make it a 3rd down play and closer to 6 yards to go. 4-yard pickup, 3rd and 6 for Kansas at their own 47-yard line. Jackson on the wing to the left. Here's Douglas taking the handoff, or the snap rather, rolling to his right, looking to run her pass, faking pass all the way, can't get her out the end. The Oklahoma Sooners pursue well and dropping at the line of scrimmage, the 47. Great pursuit by Pittsworth, Files, and Fremmer. Douglas cannot get outside, has not been able to. The last 2 or 3 times Kansas has had the ball. On the first Kansas drive, he was getting outside the Sooner ends, either right or left. But the Sooners pursuing well, containing him, and it has slowed down the Kansas offense considerably. 4th down play, still 6 yards to go for Kansas from their own 47. Dave Morgan in to punt the ball. And Hinton will receive at the Oklahoma 20. 1:07 to go before halftime. Kansas leading 3-0. Snap is back. Morgan puts the toe into it with the wind, got the fine kick away. Hinton fumbles the ball at the 10-yard line. It goes inside the 5. He picks it up at the 2-yard line. Will be dropped very near the goal line. That's about the 1-yard line. Hinton was knocked into the end zone, but the official says he was stopped at the 1.
The kick was about to go over Hinton's head, and he grabbed for it and went right through his hands. And the ball ended up way back at the goal line, and he was very fortunate to get it back that far, because that could have very well been a safety. Now, wait a minute. We got a flag down back upfield here, and it's going to be a penalty against Kansas, and they're going to bring this whole thing back, and I apologize. I didn't see that thing over there. But we'll check it out, and I know that they're going to kick it again, and the Sooners will be happy to see that. We have 55 seconds left to go in the first half. Bob was talking about the fact that the Sooners are beginning to contain Kansas outside a little better. Actually, in their last 4 outside running plays, Kansas has lost a total of 9 yards. They have 31 yards in 15 plays outside. 61 yards and 17 plays upside. They put inside, rather. They put the ball in play 40 times now in the first half. Oklahoma's put it in play 24.
Jack, we saw the new punt rule put into effect there. An ineligible lineman was downfield for Kansas. The lineman cannot leave the line of scrimmage till the ball has actually been punted. Kansas was guilty of that infraction on the play, and that's a 5-yard penalty. The ball at the 42, fourth down play for Kansas, and 11 yards to go, so they'll have to punt it again. Hinton, waiting for the punt, standing at about the 18. Dave Morgan once again will punt the ball. As Jack mentioned, 55 seconds to go before halftime. Morgan gets the snap, puts the toe into it, gets the fine kick away. Hinton waits for it, takes it at the 11-yard line, comes to his left, gets the block at the 15, goes to the 20, the 25, and then rushed down hard by John Green from Duncan, Oklahoma, who dropped Eddie Hinton from Lawton, Oklahoma, on a good tackle at the 25-yard line in Sooner territory. 46-yard punt by Dave Morgan. Oklahoma 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. A backfield now of Warmack, Harper, Owens, and Hinton for Oklahoma. With 45 seconds left before the halftime gun, the Sooners going against the wind, trailing 3-0. And they've not yet been in Kansas territory. Have only one first down in this entire first half of play. Oklahoma has Zabel tight end on the left. Killingsworth split wide to the right. Hinton on the wing to the right. Owens in motion to his right from tailback. Warmack fakes the handoff. Throws a quick pass to Hinton. Completes the 32, 35, 40, 41-yard line. A quick pass to Eddie Hinton complete. And the advance from the 25 to the 41. A 16-yard pickup. Oklahoma 1st and 10 at their own 41. It's timeout on the field for Oklahoma. Timeout on the field to score Kansas 3, Oklahoma nothing.
The savings are 3 blocks long. That's right, the Downtown Shopping Center is the place to shop and save. In Norman's Downtown Shopping Center, you'll not only save in every store in the 3-block length of the shopping center, but you'll also save your valuable time. Nowhere else will you find everything you need in one conveniently planned location. And there's always plenty of free parking, in the front or in the rear. Why not save your time and your nerves with one visit to the Downtown Shopping Center? That's the Downtown Shopping Center, Norman's only one-stop shopping area.
Let's pause now for station identification. This is the Sooner Football Network.
This is KNOR Radio in Norman. This OU football game is brought to you in part today by the Sooner Superette. Sooner Superette is your one-stop headquarters for all of your food needs and the finest in services.
Set to go, the Sooners 1st and 10 from their own 41. Pass play, Warmack complete from Killingsworth at the Kansas 43 down to the Kansas 42-yard line. As play was back in, the Sooners came up to the line of scrimmage, and Warmack fires the pass complete to Killingsworth. And the advance goes from the Oklahoma 41 to the Kansas 41 as they put the ball down. So that's an 18-yard pass play. Oklahoma immediately uses up their second timeout to stop the clock with 26 seconds to go.
Again, the pass was a little bit high, but the receiver went up and caught it very well. He'd gone down and slightly to the inside and almost run a button hook pattern, really. And Oklahoma has moved into Kansas territory for the first time in the ball game with just 26 seconds left to play in the first half of the ball game. I'm sure it's quite encouraging to Oklahoma fans to see Warmack getting a little bit more on target with his passing. He's an excellent percentage scorer, but he just hasn't quite been on the mark today. Oklahoma's 5 of 13 passing today now.
Well, after that 18-yard pickup on the second pass play in a row complete for Oklahoma, the Sooners will have a 1st and 10 at the Kansas 41. But, of course, the big factor is the time. Only 26 seconds left before halftime, and Kansas leading Oklahoma 3-0. Killingsworth splits to the right side, Hinton on the wing to the right, Zabel, the tight end, on the left side. Kansas loosens up their defense now. They have a 4-3 setup, 3 linebackers and 4-man line. Flag is down as Warmack rolls to his right, looking to pass, still rolling to his right. Now he throws the pass, and it's batted around incomplete. Intended for Hinton at the 15, but there were 3 Kansans there batting that ball around or looking for it. Very nearly intercepted, but incomplete, and the flag was down just as the play began.
Warmack kind of threw it fighting for his life then, but he threw it right into the traffic, and there were people all around. Offside call against Oklahoma will probably be declined. We have 18 seconds left to play in the first half of the ball game. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 for Oklahoma if they decline it, and right now time is the factor as much as position of the football, really. We'll see what Kansas does with it. And I believe they're going to accept the penalty and move it back 5 yards. And, of course, the whole question on the thing is whether or not Oklahoma has time to put the ball in play 4 times, which is very doubtful with only 18 seconds left to play in the half. It'll be a 1st and 15, the ball at the 46-yard line.
Backfield for Oklahoma is Warmack, Harper, Owens, and Hinton. Killingsworth, the split end, out wide to the right side. Zabel tight end on the left. Hinton on the wing to the right side. Three-man rush for Kansas now with four linebackers. Warmack is back to pass. Throws down the middle. Incomplete. Intercepted by Morgan at the 29-yard line. The ball was out of Zabel's hands and into Dave Morgan's hands at the 29-yard line. Kansas makes their second interception on Warmack and takes over possession of the football with only 12 seconds to go. They also called a timeout. And the Jayhawks will have the ball at their own 29. Timeout on the field. The score, Kansas 3, Oklahoma nothing.
In this day and age, who can save money, right? I mean, how do you save money when everybody's grabbing it away from you? Uncle Sam, the wife, the kids, bill collectors, everybody's got their hands out, right? Well, I found out how. Every time I get a paycheck, I stick my own hand out first. Then I take care of the other guys. And when the wife says, honey, I've just got to have $10 to buy this beat-up old whangdoodle down at the antique store, I just tell her I'm fresh out. I tell her all our money's down at the First National Bank of Norman, earning 4% interest compounded quarterly. I show her how before long she'll have more money than she knows what to do with. I explain how saving is the great American institution. Then I get a loan from the First and go buy that whangdoodle.
Bob Barry along with Jack Ogle. Owen Stadium, Dad's Day crowd of over 55,000 with just 12 seconds to go before halftime. Douglas takes the ball from the 29, rolls to his left, cuts upfield at the 30, at the 35, at the 40-yard line, and bumped out of bounds at the 41 with 4 seconds to go. He's knocked out of bounds by Rick Goodwin, a gain from the 29 up to the 41. And time runs out. So that's the end of the first half of play with the score Kansas 3, Oklahoma nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the halftime activity.
Looking for a way to protect your personal papers such as driver's license, ID cards, and pictures? Sooner Superette 1313A Jenkins offers complete laminating service. Have those important papers and cards laminated in clear plastic so they'll be protected forever. The complete laminating service is just another of the many extra services at Norman's only drive-in grocery and market. And, of course, more and more Sooners are shopping for all their grocery needs. It's so convenient at the Sooner Superette. Sooner in, sooner out, with savings at Sooner Superette 1313A Jenkins. It's time now for the halftime activities, brought to you today and throughout the season by Town & Country Furniture and Carpeting, 2501 West Main. Town & Country's well-stocked showrooms feature the top brand names of furniture, all reasonably priced. Town & Country Furniture out on West Main, where the best begins. Now let's go back to the field for today's halftime activities.
Nationally ranked Texas State champion, and Dick Antill, Mount Vernon, Ohio. 1967 world champion, rated the most outstanding twirler of the 1967.
This is Bill Morgan speaking to you from Owen Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma. Halftime score, University of Kansas 3, University of Oklahoma nothing. Visible from almost anywhere in Norman, the Adams Center housing complex is a tribute to the leadership of K.S. Boots Adams of Bartlesville. The center was dedicated in his honor in October 1965. Honored with Adams at the dedication were two other prominent Oklahomans and two Oklahoma families. The four towers in Adams Center were named Johnson Tower in honor of the family of the late E.B. Johnson, a pioneer Norman resident, McCausland Tower in honor of T. Howard McCausland of Duncan, and Muldrow Tower in honor of the family of the late Hal L. Muldrow, Sr. of Norman, and the Tarman Tower in honor of Freddie Tarman, the editor and co-publisher of the Norman Transcript. All of OU's housing units are named for people who have shaped the growth of the...
If you like nice things for your home, and nice carpeting too, you'll find them most at Town & Country Furniture, 2501 West Main, open every evening.
Back at Owen Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma, the Kansas Jayhawks lead the University of Oklahoma Sooners 3-0 at halftime. And here are the halftime statistics. Oklahoma has only three first downs in the first half. Kansas has 8. Oklahoma has rushed for 15 yards. Kansas for 112. Oklahoma has passed for 48 yards, hitting 5 of 14. Kansas has passed for 15 yards, hitting 3 of 6. Total yardage, Oklahoma 63, Kansas 127. Kansas has intercepted 2 Oklahoma passes, returned them for 14 yards. Oklahoma has not intercepted a pass. Oklahoma punted 6 times for a 40.1 yard average. Kansas 6 for a 36.2. 2 runbacks for Oklahoma for 17 yards, 3 for 42 for Kansas. And no punts have been blocked. No fumbles have been lost. Oklahoma penalized 3 times for 15 yards, Kansas 2 for 15. And as you can tell from the statistics, Kansas has a 3-0 lead in the first half of the ball game. Top ground gainer, Schatz has 4 carries for 10 yards for Oklahoma, and he's the leading rusher in the Big 8 Conference. Owens, the second top rusher in the Big 8 Conference, has 2 carries for 4 yards. Douglas carried 14 times for 37 for Kansas, and Reeves carried 9 for 28. Warmack 5 of 14 passing for 48 yards. Douglas 3 of 6 for 15. Killingsworth caught 1 for 18. Hinton 1 for 16. Mosier has 2 catches for 10 yards for Kansas. Riggins has 1 for 5, and the only score, a 23-yard field goal by Bell. Breaking it down a little more, Oklahoma put the ball in play just 27 times in the first half of this ball game, and Kansas put the ball in play 42 times. Kansas went outside 17 times for 61 yards. They went inside 16 times for 43 unofficially, and they had those 6 passes that they threw. Oklahoma inside 7 times for 14, outside 6 times for only 1 yard gain in the whole first half of the ball game. That's their net. They gained a little more than that, but they lost 8 yards on one play, so they ended up with a 1 yard net, and that's about the way it stacks up, really. It's just simple as that. Kansas has controlled the entire first half of the football game. You go along with that, Bobby?
Right, Jack. Kansas really playing terrific football, and well, you can tell from the crowd here, which naturally is partisan Oklahoma, sort of subdued at halftime, and the Sooners fans haven't had much to cheer about. Kansas has been real tough. Oklahoma not getting into Kansas territory until late in the second period with under a minute to go. They finally got to the Kansas 41, and that's been the deepest Oklahoma penetration. Kansas has reached Oklahoma's 7-yard line twice. The first time they reached it, they kicked a 23-yard field goal on 4th down for the only 3 points in the game. The second time they reached it, they had a 4th down play, and John Kohler made a tremendous defensive play, he and Gary Harper, to throw quarterback Douglas for a loss of 8, as they had a 4th down and 4 from the Oklahoma 7. So Oklahoma, here come the Sooners back on the field now to our right. All the dads are being introduced. This is Dad's Day, of course. The dads of the football players being introduced to the fans, and the Sooner team comes back on, trailing 3-0, and with 15 yards total rushing. Would you believe? This is only the second time this year, as we mentioned earlier, that Oklahoma has trailed in a football game. The only other time was Texas. In all other games, Oklahoma has been a quick opening type ball club. You'll remember in their first 3 or 4 ball games, I believe it was, first maybe even 5, we'll check it back here. Let's see, against Washington State, Maryland, Texas, and Kansas State, the Sooners took the ball for the first time on offense and drove all the way for a touchdown. So the Sooners have been a quick opening type team, but today that's not the case.
And representing John, Mr. Kohler.
Okay, Bob Berry will be back in 60 seconds with the second half of today's game between Oklahoma and Kansas. The first half score is Kansas 3, Oklahoma nothing.
The halftime activities for today's Sooner football game has been brought to you today by Town and Country Furniture and Carpeting, 2501 West Main. If they don't have exactly the furniture and carpeting you need in their well-stocked showrooms, Town and Country will order directly from the finest manufacturers in the country. Town and Country Furniture and Carpeting, 2501 West Main. Out on West Main, where the best begins. Say, how do you like your sweeteners? Well, if you like to sweeten those ice-cold drinks, coffee, or maybe the grapefruit the no-calorie way, try Sweeta from Star Discount Pharmacy, 424 West Main in Norman, or 629 Moore Avenue North in Moore. Sweeta tastes like sugar, but doesn't act like it. No calories, just a drop or 2 of Sweeta. You'll find Sweeta and everything else at Star Discount Pharmacy is greatly reduced in price, quality at a lower price. That's what Star Pharmacy stands for. Stop by the Star Discount Pharmacy today, conveniently located in Norman and Moore. It's the sweetest thing on earth.
Before we go back to play, let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Sooner Football Network.
You're listening to Radio 14, KNOR Norman. This OU football game is brought to you in part by the Downtown Shopping Center, Norman's only one-stop shopping center, where there's always plenty of free parking right at the door.
Halftime score.
We're about set to go. Oklahoma huddling around their coach. Kansas, you'll remember, won the opening toss. Oklahoma, they elected to take the ball, receive in other words. Oklahoma took the win. This time the situation apparently will be reversed. Kansas will be kicking off with the win. Oklahoma receiving going into that win.
Oklahoma State.
Kansas leads Oklahoma by a score of 3-0. Oklahoma State leads Iowa State. We understand 1 quarter, 7-0. All right, we're about set to go for the second half of this tremendously important football game, a game that's seen the Kansas Jayhawks dominate completely the first half. Oklahoma was able to pick up only 3 first downs and 15 yards rushing. Kansas will be kicking to Oklahoma from left to right, from north to south. This, by the way, is the first game the Sooners have not scored in the first half of play. It will be Bill Bell kicking off for the Kansas Jayhawks. He's the one that told through the 23-yard field goal that gives Kansas their 3-0 lead at this point as we start the second period. Deepest man is Hinton. He's flanked by Owens. There's the whistle, and we're starting the third period of play. A fine end-over-end kick by Bell. Hinton goes into the end zone, takes it, going to run it out. Comes out to the 5, at the 10, at the 15, goes to the 20, gets to the 21 or 2-yard line before he's tripped up by Bell, the kicker. At the 22 or 23. Let's see where they put the ball down. About the 23, they put it down in between the 22 and 23. First and 10, Oklahoma. Ed Lancaster, who had been injured slightly in the first half, is back in there at the weak side guard. Oklahoma's line is intact then. It's Zabel, Bigby, Lancaster, Craig, Mendenhall, Kalsu, and Killingsworth. Warmack, Harper, Schatz, and Hinton in the Oklahoma backfield. Sooners first and 10 from their own 23. Formation is to the left. Hinton on the wing to the left. Kansas stacks that line about 8 deep. Handoff goes to Schatz. Big hole at the 25, 30-yard line. Schatz got a big hole around the left side for 7 big yards. About half the Sooner rushing yardage the entire first half on the first play. 7-yard pickup. Second down 3 for Oklahoma at their own 30-yard line. Formation right. Hinton in motion. Hand off to Schatz. He's hit at the 30-yard line. Fights forward to the 31 or 2. A fine tackle by Emory Hicks, the 224-pound middle guard from Nowata, Oklahoma. We have an official timeout to measure in the area. We didn't realize it was that close. From here, it looks like about a yard short, or more than a yard, but they're going to measure.
It may be that Oklahoma is going to attempt to stay closer to the ground this second half. They didn't make much yardage the first half of the ball game running. No question about that. Only 14 yards up the middle. They made it 15 total. But they only ran 7 plays up the middle the first half, too. They didn't run the ball very much on the ground. They didn't have the ball very much. Short of the first down by, almost a yard, so it'll be a third down play and 1.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Here's Bo Denton checking aboard for Oklahoma, replacing Killingsworth. So Zabel and Denton are both in there to be 2 tight ends on this third down play and 1 for Oklahoma from their own 32. They need to go to the 33 for the first down. 14:21 to go in the third period. 3-0, Kansas leads Oklahoma. Sooners break huddle now. Bo Denton will be the tight end on the right. Zabel a tight end on the left. Hinton lines up at right halfback. Kansas with a 5-3 type defense. Warmack calling the signals. Long signal count. Warmack takes the ball, gives to Schatz up the middle, leaps over the line of scrimmage, has the first down at the 34-yard line. Mickey Doyle brought him down out of the air. That's the 4th first down for Oklahoma. First and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Zabel back in the ball game, or rather Killingsworth back in the game, replacing Denton. So once again, the starting team intact. Schatz at the top of the eye. First and 10, Oklahoma at their own 34. Hinton on the wing to the right side. Warmack takes the ball, gives to Schatz over the right side. A good hole opens up. And then he's brought down. A flag is down. Face mask tackling, I believe, will be at about the 37-yard line. Schatz was pulled down, it looks as though, by his face mask. Personal foul, Kansas is the preliminary signal.
Well, every official on the field saw that. It looked like it was snowing red out there, and they're going to walk off 15. Now, this is called a personal foul. Of course, that's what it is, but it's very rare that a face mask infraction is intentional. You're out there trying to grab a ball carrier, and you just grab, and you end up getting all that face mask every now and then. I'm sure the Kansas player didn't intend to do it. And Oklahoma, by virtue of the penalty, moves to the 49-yard line of Kansas, first down play.
Oklahoma in Kansas territory for the second time, this time via the penalty route. First and 10 at the Kansas 49. Kansas leading 3-0 with 13:36 to go in the third period. Zabel splits to the left. Killingsworth splits to the right. Hinton on the wing to the right side. Kansas a 5-man front. Warmack calling signal. Shots in the top of the eye. Warmack to Schatz over the right side. He's hit hard by Emory Hicks, the middle guard, who's playing a great ball game today with help from Orville Turgeon. And no gain on the play. Gains about a half yard, actually, just downfield from the 49. We're going to call it no gain. Second and 10 for Oklahoma. Orville Turgeon is from Valentine, Nebraska, the left tackle. Tremendous ball player on defense. Emory Hicks from Nowata leads the ball game now, and Willie McDaniel has replaced him at middle guard. Owens replaces shots at tailback. 2nd and 10 from the Kansas 49. Both ends are split. Hinton on the wing to the right side. And here's Warmack handing off to Owens down the middle at the 45, at the 43-yard line. A 6-yard pickup for Owens as he goes over the left side. Mike Sweatman made the tackle at the Kansas 43.
Well, that's a counter play. They start everybody moving to the left, and even the tailback starts to the left with them, then makes a quick cut back. Owens runs the ball very well on that play because he does cut so well.
So the pickup of 6 brings up a 3rd down play and 4 for Oklahoma. From the Kansas 43, they must go to the Kansas 39. Both ends are split. Hinton on the wing to the right. 3rd down play and 4 from the Kansas 43. Warmack pitching to Owens, trying to sweep the left side. Flag is down. He gets to the 40-yard line, is bumped out of bounds there, but a flag went down as the play began. Ball at the Kansas 40 where the play ended.
We have 2 flags on the play, and I think that's going to be a major infraction against Oklahoma, possibly holding. We'll see what we get for it. No, it's going to be a clip against the Sooners, and it will be a major infraction. And that'll move the ball back 15 yards. I'm sure Kansas will most likely accept that one. It'll move the ball back over into Oklahoma territory and bring up a passing situation for the Sooners, most likely. The penalty stepped off all the way to the, actually a little bit downfield at the 39-yard line. Let's call it the 39 of Oklahoma. 3rd down play and 19 yards to go.
Oklahoma must go from their own 39 to the Kansas 39 for the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and, we count them up, it's 22 rather than 19. 3rd and 22 yards to go. Oklahoma at their own 39, 3rd down play. They must go from one 39 to the other for the 1st down. Formation is to the right. Warmack takes the ball, drops straight back to pass. He's looking, still looking, retreating back to the inside the 25, will be dropped at the 26-yard line, brought down by Larry Dirchard, right tackle. Warmack, a loss from the 39 back to the 26, 13 yards, lost 4th down for the Sooners.
Warmack was trying to run a little swing screen sort of pass out to the right side, and it never quite got opened up, and he waited a little bit too long to get rid of the ball, and wham, down he went. So Oklahoma will have to kick the thing out of there, and this Kansas defense has been something else. I'm not kidding you. They're coming through there, and they're really fired up.
4th and 35 for Oklahoma. And back to kick is Gordon Wheeler. All right, Wheeler has, he kicked several times in the 1st half, kicking very well. He's kicking into the wind here. The wind is really not a great factor, but he is kicking into what wind is blowing. Wheeler fakes the kick. He's being rushed. Now he puts the kick on the run. It's blocked, and the ball is loose at the 24, still loose at the 24. Oklahoma recovers, but Kansas will get the ball since that was a 4th down play.
Now, wait a minute. We're going to have to check this one out. It's a question whether possession ever changed down there or not. They're going to say it's Kansas ball because though they rolled it around all over the field, they never gave up possession of it or never actually got possession of it. So it'll be Kansas ball on a 1st down play at the Oklahoma, we'll call it the 18.5-yard line.
That's the 3rd block kick of the day, and they put the ball, as Jack said, between the 19 and 18. We'll call it the 19, just downfield from it. 1st and 10 Kansas at the Oklahoma 19 after the block kick, the 3rd one of the year against Oklahoma. Kansas leading 3-0 with 11:34 to go in the 3rd period. Here's Ben Ollison split to the right. Jackson in the wing on the left side. Here's Douglas handing off to his fullback Reeves. He's hit as he reaches the 18-yard line. Will be brought down by Frimmer and by Granville Ligon. Very little yardage, maybe 1 on the play from the 19. Well, let's see. They say his forward progress actually reached close to the 17. So about a 2-yard pickup, 1.5 yards or 2 yards. 2nd down, about 8 yards to go. Here is Junior Riggins in the ball game, replacing Thermos Butler, and J.C. Hickson replaces Mike Reeves. So the Kansas backfield is Douglas, Hickson, Riggins, and Jackson. Jackson on the wing to the left side. Ben Ollison will split to the right from the Oklahoma 17, 2nd down play at about 8 yards to go. Kansas leading 3-0 with 11:13 to go in the 3rd period. The Jayhawks, having blocked an Oklahoma punt, got excellent field position at the 19, just downfield from it, and picked up about 2 yards on the 1st down play. 2nd down play at about 8. Some discussion going on with the officials. One official came over to the Oklahoma bench and said something to Coach Chuck Fairbanks. We don't know what the discussion was all about. No penalty involved for either team, so we're about set to go on a 2nd down play and 8 from the Oklahoma 17-yard line. Oklahoma with Kohler, Peso, Liggins, Titsworth, and Files across the defensive front. Kansas in the I formation now with Jackson on the wing to the left. Douglas fakes the handoff to his tailback, rolls to his left, to runner pass, trying to get away from one man, throws the pass, completed to the 11-yard line, and Harper has him at about the 10-yard line. That was John Mosier. Stevenson also helping out on the play. Let's see where they put it down. They put it at the 10, so a pickup of 7 on the pass play. Douglas was in trouble. He was being rushed. He threw a short pass complete and down, as we said, at the 10-yard line. He'll bring up a third down play and about a yard to go, a little more than a yard, actually. 10:28 to go in the third period. Kansas on the wing to the right. Handoff goes to Hickson, the fullback, over the middle, close to the first down in the area of the 8-yard line. I believe he has the first down. Be very close to it. We may have to have a measurement here. The official lets them unpile, puts the ball down right at the 8, and the chain will be brought in, I believe. Let's check it.
That's going to be very close. While they're measuring, somebody commented at halftime, of course, people have been throwing oranges down on the field here the whole game, signifying let's go to the Orange Bowl. And somebody commented at halftime, I hope nobody gives an invitation to the Gator Bowl. They might throw an alligator on the field. It's good for the first down for Kansas.
Ball at the 8-yard line in Oklahoma territory. The 9th first down for Kansas. They have it at the Oklahoma 8. The deepest penetration for the Jayhawks has been to the Oklahoma 7 on 2 occasions. Now they have it at the 8 on a first down and 10 yards to go. Jackson on the wing to the right. Ollison split to the left side. Here's the pitch back to Thermos Butler, sweeping the right side, or trying to, gets to the 5-yard line. That's Thermos Butler from Columbus, Georgia, the one-year letterman, tailback, over the right side, with blocking in front of him, picked up 3 yards from the 8 to the 5. It's second down, goal to go from the Oklahoma 5. 3-0, Kansas leads with 9:47 to go in the third period of play. Douglas, Reeves down there at fullback. Butler's the tailback, and Jackson is the wingback or flanker back. Kansas breaks up to the line of scrimmage. The center is Dale Evans up over the ball from the Oklahoma 5. Slot to the right side. Kansas unbalanced line to the right side. Douglas takes the ball, pitches back to Butler over the middle, and he's headed about the 4, falls forward to the 3, maybe to the 2-yard line, as he keeps the legs churning in that big pileup. Rick Goodwin, the initial tackler, and we'll have to see where they put it down after the unpile. It'll be just downfield from the 3. Pickup of about 2. Third and goal to go for Kansas at the Oklahoma 3. 9:04 to go in the third period. 3-0 Kansas leads. The Jayhawks trying to punch it in. We've had no touchdown scored as yet. All right, the Jayhawks come up, wing to the left, split in to the right side, and here's Douglas pitching back to Butler over the left side. Gets very close to the goal line as he dives over the left side. And about a foot short is the signal. Some of the Kansas players signaling over to their bench about a foot short. Fourth down and goal to go from inside the Oklahoma 1-yard line. Kansas fourth down, leading 3-0 with 8:30 to go in the third period. Jackson is in there at wingback. Douglas at quarterback. Reeves at fullback. Riggins is the tailback now. Junior Riggins has just checked in, replacing Butler. Kansas fourth and goal to go from inside the Oklahoma 1. The Jayhawks have a wing to the right, split into the left side. Oklahoma stacked up on defense. Douglas tries to get in. Touchdown, Kansas, as he leans over the middle. Kansas scores as they go 19 yards in 7 plays. Douglas leans in for the touchdown. It's 9-0 Kansas.
Well, if Douglas had had a yard to go instead of a foot to go, I doubt that he could have made it because he just barely leaned across that goal line. And Oklahoma down now 9-0, and they haven't been moving the football well. The Kansas fans are mighty happy.
The extra point now will be attempted. Holding will be Tommy Ball, and attempting it will be Bell, Bill Bell. Ball holding, Bell kicking, and there is Bell, and he hits it. It's good. Timeout on the field. The score, Kansas 10, Oklahoma nothing.
You drive all over town. You get caught in the traffic, hit every stoplight just to pick up those day-to-day needs. By the time you get home, your nerves are frayed and your feet are tired. Sound familiar? Let's say, my friend, why bother with all that running around? Now you can do all your shopping in one simple stop, no matter what you need, at Norman's Downtown Shopping Center. You'll save time and money by paying a visit to the merchants in the Downtown Shopping Center, where reasonable prices are a habit. That's the Downtown Shopping Center, where there's always plenty of free parking. Norman's only one-stop shopping center.
All right, Kansas kicking off to Oklahoma after they score their touchdown. They now lead 10-0 with 8:08 to go in the third period. Kansas kicking left to right. And here comes Bell kicking off to Oklahoma, who will still be going against the wind. Baldridge waits for it at the 5-yard line. He has it at the 5, goes to his right at the 10, at the 15, hit at the 20, falls forward at the 23-yard line. Rick Baldridge from Lutton, Oklahoma, taking that 55-yard kickoff and returning it about 17 or 18 yards. Ball at the 23-yard line as they unpile and put it down. At the 23-yard line in Sooner territory, first down and 10 yards to go. Oklahoma trailing 10-0. 8:03 to go in the third period of play. Kansas blocked an Oklahoma kick and then went 19 yards in 7 plays for their touchdown. Formation to the right. Warmack got the controls. Owens in the top of the eye. Killingsworth split to the right side. Here's Warmack taking the ball, giving to Owens, going over the right side at the 25, 27-yard line, close to the 28. Mike Sweatman, the linebacker on the right side, came over to nail Owens, but the gain was from the 23 to the 28, a 5-yard pickup for Steve Owens, the Miami, Oklahoma sophomore. 7:46 to go in the third period. 10-0, Kansas leads Oklahoma. Killingsworth will split out to the left side. Oklahoma goes unbalanced line to the left. Hinton on the right halfback spot. Handoff to Owens, hold over the left side, 30, 33, 34-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down plus a yard for Oklahoma. Mickey Doyle, the left linebacker, brings him down. That's the 6th first down for Oklahoma. Gained by Owens from the 28 to the 34, a 6-yard pickup. First and 10 Sooners at their own 34-yard line. Oklahoma trailing 10-0. 7:13 to go in the third period. Killingsworth splits to the right side. Zabel splits to the left this time. Both ends are split. Hinton on the wing to the right. Warback takes the ball, hands off to Owens over the left side, 35, carries a man with him to the 37 or 38-yard line for a 4-yard pickup. Sweatman and Doyle, the tacklers, on Steve Owens. Second down, 6 yards to go for Oklahoma. The Sooners trying to fire up here, trailing 10-0 with 6:47. The deepest penetration they've had has been to the Kansas 43-yard line, 41-yard line in the first half of play. Oklahoma from their own 38-yard line, second down, 6 yards to go. Formation is to the right. Kansas a 6-man forward wall. Warmack hands to Owens up the middle, 40, 41-yard line. Pickup of 3. Larry Dercher, the defensive right tackle, brings him down. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 for Oklahoma from their own 41-yard line. A Dad's Day crowd of more than 55,000 on hand. Beautiful weather and a terrific ball game with Kansas having dominated throughout, leading by a score of 10-0 with 6:11 to go in the third period. From the 41-yard line in Oklahoma territory, 3rd and 3 for the Sooners. Killingsworth splits to the right, Hinton on the right wing. I formation, Owens in the top of the eye. Warmack, a long signal count. He takes the ball, gives to Owens over right tackle, fights up close to the 45-yard line. He'll have the first down, if it appears from here at any rate. Close to that 45. Mickey Doyle, the left linebacker, brings him down. First down, Oklahoma, number 7 at their own 45. Oklahoma has now moved for 2 first downs in a row. First time they've done that. I beg your pardon, they did it late in the last play of the second period. The Sooners then from their own 45. Both ends are split. Hinton on the wing to the right side. Kansas leading 10-0. Owens in the top of the eye. Warmack fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, looks to pass or run. Now fakes the pass, decides to run. 45, 50, neck tackle out of bounds at the 50 and maybe into Kansas territory just barely. Warmack rolls to his left, looked to pass, couldn't find anyone open. Vernon Vanoy about took his head off at the midfield stripe, but Warmack picked up 5 yards on the play, and it's 2nd and 5 at the 50 for Oklahoma. 5:05 to go in the third period. 10-0, Kansas leading Oklahoma. They scored a field goal in the first period, and then after a blocked Oklahoma punt, drove 19 yards in 7 plays to score just a few moments ago. From the 50 then, second down, 5 yards to go. Oklahoma traveling against the breeze. Here's a handoff to Owens down the middle. Leaps over the line of scrimmage and gets close to the 46-yard line in Kansas territory. It'll be between the 46 and 47. Mike Sweatman brought Owens out of the air. So a pickup of about 3.5 on the play. Brings up a third down play for Oklahoma and a little less than 2 yards to go. Third down, a little less than 2 in the area of the 47 in Kansas territory. 4:25 now to go in the third period. 10-0, Kansas leads Oklahoma. The Sooners very badly to take this one in for a score of some kind. Hinton on the wing to the right side. Kansas with a 4-man rush. Warmack fakes to Owens, rolls to his right, looks downfield, throws for Hinton. It's complete down immediately at the Kansas 32-yard line. Completed pass to Hinton. Dave Morgan makes the tackle.
Hinton made a fine catch on the ball. He was really busted just when he got it. He just hung in there and managed to hang on to the thing.
To be precise, the ball's at the 31.5. So a gain from the 47 down to the 31.5 on the pass play. Oklahoma 1st and 10 at the Kansas 31.5. This is Oklahoma's deepest penetration. Formation is to the left. Warmack gives to Owens over the left side. Gets virtually nothing. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward close to the 30. Mickey Doyle makes the tackle on him. Put the ball up the 30-yard line. So he gained a 1.5 yards. or maybe a yard now as they put it upfield from the 30. Second down play, 9 yards to go for Oklahoma, we'll call it, at the 30.5 in Kansas territory. With 3:15 to go in the third period and Kansas leading 10-0. Zabel splits to the right, Killingsworth splits to the left. Owens in the top of the eye. Warmack, pass to the sideline, complete, down immediately at the 25-yard line. It may be inside the 25. Pass complete to Steve Zabel, the tight end. So the gain of about 5 or 6 yards, depending on where they put that ball down. 24.5 is where they put it down. Brings up a third down play and about 3 yards to go. That was a short pass to the far sideline, which was the short side of the field laterally, complete to Zabel. Oklahoma at the Kansas 24.5, their deepest penetration by far. Third down play. Formation is to the left. Owens in the top of the eye. Warmack barking out the signal. Long signal count. Warmack takes it, rolls to his left, looks to pass, goes in the flat, complete to him at the 23. At the 20, is tackled at the 16-yard line. Brought down on the play by Pat Hutchins. Flat pass, and a flag goes down at the point of the tackle at the 16-yard line.
It's either going to be a roughness penalty or a face mask penalty, and let's see what they call on it. The flag is there, and the officials are talking. And I think the penalty is going to be against... Now, let's see. They're still messing around with it down there. Let's see exactly what they're going to do with it. Personal foul against Kansas, offside against Oklahoma, and that play is nullified. So they'll go back and do it again with a third down and 2.5 yards to go or so, 3 maybe.
They'll put the ball down at the 24.5, and the Sooners need to go to the 21.5, so let's call it a 3rd and 3. That flat pass then is erased. We'll do the play over again. Both teams guilty of an infraction. 2:17 to go in the third period. 10-0, Kansas leads. Oklahoma at the Kansas 24.5, knocking on the door for the first time today. Oklahoma formation left. Hinton on the wing to the left side. Killingsworth split to the left. Bobby Warmack calls the signal. Kansas about a 6-man line up there. Owens gets the handoff, goes down the middle. Heavy traffic, fights forward to the 21. He'll be very close to the first down. Owens kept those legs churning. Great effort. Now they move it back to the 22. They say that's where his knee touched the ground, and you can hear the crowd reaction. Ball's in the area of the 21.5, 22. He'll still be very close to the first down.
They're going to measure it, so it looks from this point to be just a little bit shy of that first down. The Sooners have been moving on the ground relatively well. Now, let's see. That's going to be pretty close. It's the first down by the nose of the football.
Let's call the ball at the 22-yard line, or it's actually downfield from the 22. In Kansas territory, first down Oklahoma. The Sooners now move from their own 23 down to the Kansas 22. First and 10. Ninth first down for Oklahoma. The Sooners go formation to the left. Killingsworth splits the...
Sweep the field. There are oranges all over the place down there, and if those people up there would just think and use their heads a little bit, they'd realize they're going to get somebody hurt with those silly things down there, and besides that, they're holding up the ball game. Owens just busted over the left side on the play and blew it all the way in there, and the Sooners' ground game has been quite awesome in this last drive, and that's, of course, what they're going to have to do to sustain this thing, keep the ball game open. Oklahoma then goes 77 yards in 12 plays. They'll go up as a 7-yard run by Owens over the left side for the TD play. The Sooners moved from their own 23 all the way in, finally scoring with 1:52 to go here in the third period of play. And now the extra point or points. Oklahoma may go for, this could be a fake, of course. 10-6 is the score. Warmack will hold. Vachon will try the point. It is no fake. The kick is boomed up, and it looks good. It is good. Timeout on the field. The score, Kansas 10, Oklahoma 7.
You know, it's the little things, the things that don't fit into any category that are hard to borrow for. Anywhere except the First National Bank in Norman, that is. No matter how big or small your loan or what purpose, you'll find the folks at the First are all ready and willing to give you exactly what you need. Whether you need money for some new clothes for that expected baby, money for a trip, unexpected expenses, or maybe just a shopping spree, stop by Main and Peters and let them help you out. They'll arrange the payment schedule to suit your convenience. The next time you need money, for any purpose, make your first stop the First National Bank in Norman.
All right, the Sooners have just marched 77 yards in 12 plays, and the extra point by Vachon was good. It's now a 10-7 football game. A minute 52 to go in the third period. Shanklin and Butler deep to receive the kickoff from Mike Vachon going against the wind. Shanklin on the far side and Butler on the near side. We're set to go. Here comes Vachon approaching the football. He booms it against the wind. A fine kick. Shanklin waits for it, takes it to the 3-yard line, bobbles it, picks it up 5, 10, left at the 15, 20, 25, 30-yard line, 33-yard line. And a fumble on the play at the 34, but the whistle had blown. The whistle had blown before the fumble occurred, and Kansas will have the ball at the 33-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go. Don Shanklin making a tremendous return to the kickoff. It was a fine kickoff by Vachon.
This Shanklin really blows back up the field with that ball. I have been terribly impressed with and I think probably terribly is the right word, impressed with the speed of Kansas here today. Their defensive speed has really been something else. Something we didn't expect at all from this Kansas ball club is defensive quickness.
All right, the Sooners playing defense now. Kansas has the ball at their own 33. They lead only by 3 again, 10-7. Flanker to the left side, split in to the right side. And here is Bob Douglas rolling to his left on the quarterback keeper. Titsworth has him across the 35, but Douglas gets up to the 37 or 8-yard line on a good run of about 5 yards or 4 yards. We'll have to see where they put the ball down. Douglas on that play makes no mistake about it. He gets the snap from center. He has his guards pulling in front of him and a lot of blockers as he sweeps one side or the other. That time swept to the left and picked up as they put it down 4 yards from the 33 up to the 37-yard line. Second down play and 6 for Kansas from their own 37. Kansas leading 10-7 with a minute 14 to go in the third period. Flanker to the left, split in out to the right side. 2 running backs behind Douglas. Handoff goes up the middle to the fullback, Hickson, to the 40-yard line. And Hickson stopped after the pickup of 3, brings up a third down 3 for Kansas at their own 40. J.C. Hickson from St. Francis, Kansas, a senior, 1-year letterman, education major, 22, 5'11", 172. He's the fullback who carried the ball on that play. Here's John Jackson replacing Don Shanklin at the flanker back. Ollison is the split end. Mosher is the tight end. A big third down play for Kansas at their own 40, 3rd and 3, with 42 seconds to go in the third period. Jackson is on the wing, or flankered actually, to the left side. Ollison the split into the right. Here's Douglas keeping on the quarterback keeper. He's hit, and he does not get the first down. Stopped at the 41-yard line. A fine defensive play for Oklahoma's right side of their line. Primer, Titsworth, Files, and Harper and Liggins all in on the tackle. 4th down for Kansas and 2. Kansas kicking with the wind with 12, now 11 seconds to go. Dave Morgan will have to hurry to get the kickoff before time runs out, and Kansas would love to punt, of course, with the wind. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. There's the snapback, so they will get the punt away. Good rush put on by Morgan, but Morgan gets a high kick and not too far. Fair catch signal for and taken by Stevenson at the 33-yard line in Oklahoma territory, and that ends the third period of play. A flag is down on the field. We'll tell you, though, that's the end of the third quarter with the score, Kansas 10, Oklahoma 7.
If they don't have it, you don't need it. Yes, Sooner Superette can make that statement. Just look at some of the things they offer you. Donuts, pork and beans, notebooks, pencils with erasers, pencils without erasers, can openers, electric plugs and sockets, carry-out barbecue, catsup, sardines, cigarettes, cigars, meat, pop, beer, check cashing service, money orders, newspapers, magazines, key rings, plastic laminating service, soap, bleaches, paper towels, ice, lighter fluid, hairdressing, combs, milk, butter, bread, and well, just come to think of it, there's really nothing much that Sooner Superette doesn't have. Stop by soon and see for yourself. Sooner Superette across from Owen Stadium.
Well, a penalty has been signaled offside against Oklahoma. Now the teams are changing into the field, and let's see, they'll put the ball down at the, wait a moment.
Give Kansas a 1st and 10.
Kansas will have a first down at the 46-yard line, according to our figures after the penalty is marked off. The Jayhawks then erase that erase the punt, rather, that we had and give Kansas first down.
Well, there seems to be basically mass confusion down there on the football field right now. The officials can't quite decide what they want to do with the ball, what they want to do with the yard markers. But they did move the ball up 5 yards, and they mark a first down for Kansas, and then they'll change ends of the field, which they haven't gotten out of the way yet. The original signal we got on that was, at least the signal was that a Kansas defender was downfield too early on the punt. But apparently the official was trying to tell us that there was an offside and he was calling an official timeout. So now, I suppose they're going to move the football eventually. They haven't done it yet. Everybody's ready to go except the referee, and he doesn't want to put the football down over here. Now he picks it up, comes across the field with it. He'll set it down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a first down for Kansas from there, and Oklahoma will have to try to stop them all over again.
First down at the Kansas 46. Kansas leading by a score of 10-7 with the first play coming up in the final period. Kansas leading. Here is Junior Riggins replacing Thermos Butler at tailback for the Jayhawks. Backfield then of Douglas, Hickson, Riggins, and Shanklin. Split end is Ollison, the tight end is Mosier for Kansas. Kansas at their own 46 after the penalty gave them a first down rather than having to punt the ball away. Shanklin on the wing to the right. Ollison split to the left. Five-man front. Here's Douglas handing off to Riggins, his tailback. Up the middle, he'll get about 2 or 3 from the 46 to the 48. Brought down on the play by Don Fremer and Rick Goodwin. 2-yard pickup. Second down 8 for Kansas at their own 48-yard line. John Jackson replaces Don Shanklin at the flanker back or wingback spot. 14:42 to go in the game. Kansas leading Oklahoma 10-7. As Kansas completely dominated until the Sooners, the last time they had the ball, drove 77 yards in 12 plays. Tacked on the extra point to Florida within 3. Kansas goes in a slot to the left with a split into the right. Douglas rolling to his right, looking to pass around, throws down the middle, complete at the Oklahoma 40 and down at the Oklahoma 36-yard line. A completed pass went to the tight end, John Mosier, down by Rick Goodwin, the linebacker, at the 36-yard line. A fine bullet pass by Bob Douglas, the quarterback. The pass play gained 16 yards, and Kansas first down at the Oklahoma 36-yard line. 11th first down for the Jayhawks. They have it at the Oklahoma 36, going against the wind now with 14:03 left in the game. The Jayhawks lead it 10-7. Shanklin on the wing to the left. Ollison splits to the right side. And here's Douglas, handing off to Hickson, the fullback. Fremer has him, but he fights forward, gets close to the 31-yard line for about a 5-yard pickup. That's J.C. Hickson, the hard-running fullback. Fremer makes the tackle, as we said, at the 31, just upfield from it. Second down play and a little more than 5 yards to go. Here is Gary Ard replacing Ben Ollison at split end for Kansas. Gary Ard is from Modesto, California, senior, 21, 6'0", and 147. Ard splits to the left side. Shanklin on the wing to the right. From the 31, Douglas pitches back to Junior Riggins over the right side, gets very little yardage. Files has him, Goodwin has him, and Liggins also on the play. Fremer there. His forward progress, he was pushed back on the play. Let's see where they mark the forward progress, to the 30-yard line, so a yard pickup. Third down play and 4 for Kansas at the Oklahoma 30-yard line. Kansas leading 10-7 with 13:06 to go in the ball game. Here's John Jackson replacing Don Shanklin at the wingback or flanker back. Gary Ard still in there at the split-end position for Kansas. Bobby Douglas, the quarterback from El Dorado, Kansas, brings his team up with a split end to the left side. Shanklin on the wing to the right, or Jackson on the wing to the right. Back to pass is Douglas looking. No one to throw to, decides to run. He'll be hit and dropped for a beautiful. He fumbles the ball at the 38-yard line. A pile-up at the 39-yard line. And I believe Kansas has maintained possession. Let's see. They call the ball dead, apparently, as they bring it back to the 34 or 35 where the tackle was made by Kohler. They say the ball was dead before the fumble occurred. So put the ball at the 35, a 5-yard loss, fourth down Kansas.
Well, now the oranges come down again, but they are not symbolic this time, but rather they are missiles. The fans are a little bit upset about a quick whistle on that one, and the official saw it that way, and he called it that way. Let's pause now 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Sooner Football Network.
You're listening to Radio 14 KNOR, Norman. This OU football game is brought to you in part today by the First National Bank and Trust Company in downtown Norman. Be first. Look first to the First National Bank and Trust Company.
All right, Kansas on a fourth down play will have Shanklin back to punt. Now, Shanklin has been known to pass from the punt formation. Kansas has a fourth down play and 9 yards to go from the Oklahoma 35-yard line, just downfield from it. 12:14 to go in the ball game. 10-7, Kansas leads. Fourth down play. The Jayhawks are counting players to see, they're counting noses to be sure they have 11 men on the field. They were all set to line up in punt formation. Coach Fairbanks has, and some of the Sooner coaches yelling out things to the officials, trying to find out exactly what is going on out there as far as what the discussion is about. Now Kansas player comes in the ball game. One tries to leave the game. They run into each other, and one of them falls down. The crowd got quite a laugh out of that. Gary Ard checked into the game and ran smack dab into Vernon Vinoy. And Vinoy about 246. Ard weighs 147. You know what happened to Ard. He hit the ground. All right, here we go. Shanklin gets the snap back. He will punt it. A spiraling kick, and it will go into the end zone and out of it. So Oklahoma will have the ball at the 20, first and 10 after the Kansas punt. The score remains 10-7 in favor of Kansas. 34-yard punt by Don Shanklin. The last time the Sooners had possession, they marched 77 yards in 12 plays, plus a penalty to score. 7-yard run by Owens, the scoring play. 10-7 the score. Kansas leads Oklahoma. They've led all the way. The Sooners have never led. 11:55 to go. Plenty of time for anything to happen. Oklahoma traveling with the wind. Schatz is now tailback. Both ends are split. Killingsworth on the right, Zabel on the left, Hinton on the wing to the right side. Kansas a 5-man front. Here's Warmack giving to Schatz. He's hit and dropped right at the 20. No gain. Schatz tried to go over the left side, was brought down by Sweatman and Orville Turgeson. Or Turgeon, rather. Turgeon has impressed us tremendously today with his play. He's a junior from Valentine, Nebraska, 203-pounder. 2nd and 10 for Oklahoma at the 20-yard line. This time it's formation right. Killingsworth split to the right side. Hinton on the wing to the right. Warmack, of course, the quarterback, calling the signals. He takes a handoff, jump pass, incomplete. Zabel had his hands on it at the 29. That was a quick jump pass as Warmack raised up from center, fired it to Zabel at the 29. Zabel couldn't hold on. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 for Oklahoma. 7 of 17 passing for Warmack and the Sooners. Here's Bill Green checking in, replacing Larry Dircher at right defensive tackle for the Kansas Jayhawks. Green from Ottawa, Kansas, junior 234-pounder. 3rd down play and 10 yards to go. Oklahoma from their own 20. Shots in motion to his right from tailback. Warmack back to pass, throws, incomplete. Intended for Killingsworth at the 33, slightly overthrown. Defending was Dave Morgan on the play, and Oklahoma cannot gain a yard in 3 plays and will be forced to punt with 11:19 to go, still trailing by 3, 10-7. Don Shanklin and Drew Jennings are back to receive the punt from the toe of Gordon Wheeler, kicking with the wind here, which looks to be about a 10-mile-an-hour wind from the north-northeast. 4th down 10 from the Oklahoma 20-yard line. 10-7, Kansas leads Oklahoma. They've led all. Bob Craig gets the center back to Gordon Wheeler. Wheeler puts the toe into it, kicks it long. Waiting for it, fumbling it at the 35-yard line is Drew Jennings. Comes to his left as he picks it up and retreats back to the 30. Schatz has him, and Kalsu at the 27-yard line. So that goes as about a 52-yard total kick for Gordon Wheeler.
Well, Schatz got down there awful fast then. He was there just almost as quick as the ball was, and he laid a real good tackle in on him. Of course, he had help on the thing, and the Sooners need to stop Kansas right here and get that football back if they're going to take it on in. 11:08 left to play in the ball game. Kansas out in front, 10-7.
Bob Douglas, the quarterback, brings his team up from the Kansas 27, 1st and 10. And here is Douglas rolling to his right, looking to pass. He throws. It's complete. Down immediately at the 33-yard line to John Mosher, the tight end. Gary Harper, the monster man, makes the tackle on him. A short pass and the gain from the 27 up to the 33. That's where we marked it. Let's see where they put the ball down. At the 33. So a 6-yard pickup on the short pass play. 2nd down play and 4 for the Kansas Jayhawks from the 33 in their territory with 10:40 to go in the game. Kansas leading 10-7. Shanklin on the wing to the left. Ollison split to the right side. Here's Douglas handing off to J.C. Hickson. Peso has him at the 35-yard line. Help from Don Fremer. A pickup of 2 from the 33 to the 35. 3rd and 2 for Kansas from their own 35-yard line. 10-7, the Jayhawks lead with 10:20 to go in the game. The Jayhawks have led all the way. Here's John Jackson replacing Don Shanklin at the wingback. Riggins and Hickson are the 2 running backs. Douglas the quarterback. 3rd down play and 2 for Kansas. Very important play for both teams from the 35-yard line in Kansas territory. Jackson on the wing to the left. Ollison split to the right. Here is Douglas handing off to his tailback. Riggins up the left side. Will be very close to the first down. I believe he has it. Yes, he has the first down. The 12th first down for Kansas at the 38-yard line. He needed 2 and picked up 3. That's Junior Riggins, the junior from Centralia, Kansas. The officials, or Oklahoma, someone has called for a measurement, so they will bring the chain in from the east sideline. But it appears from here that he has the first down.
Look at some other scores while we're measuring this. At Well, halftime scores latest we have Oklahoma State 7, Iowa State nothing. Colorado leads Kansas State 10-0. That's the first down for Kansas. Nebraska 7, Missouri nothing at the quarter. The half it's Illinois 20, Northwestern nothing. At the half it's Minnesota 7, Indiana nothing. Ohio State leads Iowa 21-10. We have that's about all we have time for right now.
9:50 left in the ball game. Kansas 10, Oklahoma 7. Kansas with the ball at their own 38. The ball in the middle of the field laterally. Ollison splits to the left. Shanklin on the wing to the right. Douglas hands off to Hickson, the fullback, over the right side. A big hole, 43-yard line. Boy, he runs hard. That's J.C. Hickson, the St. Francis, Kansas senior fullback, going from the 38 to the 43-yard line. 6-yard pickup, second down and 4. Don Frimmer made the tackle on him. Gary Ard replaces Ben Ollison at the split-end position for Kansas. At the Kansas 43-yard line, second down and 4 yards to go. 9:18 left in the game. Shanklin on the wing to the left side. Ard split to the right. Douglas hands off up the middle to Hickson. Fights to the 45-yard line for a 2-yard pickup. Brings up a third down play and 3 for the Jayhawks at their own 45-yard line. Titsworth, Frimmer, and Goodwin on the tackle. 9 minutes exactly now left in the football game. Kansas 10, Oklahoma 7 is the score. Here's John Jackson, the Memphis, Tennessee junior flanker back, checking in, replacing Don Shanklin. They substitute almost on every play, those two, Shanklin and Jackson. Jackson in there now. Ard splits to the right. Jackson on the wing to the left side. Third down play and 3 from the Kansas 45-yard line. Douglas tries the quarterback sweep, gets away from the man at the 42, cuts up the 45, at the 50 in Oklahoma territory, down to the 45. Oklahoma almost heading behind the line of scrimmage, but Douglas got away and advanced it from his 45 to the Oklahoma 45 for a 10-yard pickup, first down Jayhawks.
Gary Arbor had blitzed on a play, and he had Douglas by the leg, but he just couldn't quite hold on. He had him behind the line if he could have, but as it was, Douglas rolled out of there and made his first down.
First quarter, Texas nothing.
Here is Ben Ollison in at split end, and Don Shanklin back in at flanker back. Kansas first and 10 at the Oklahoma 45. Their 13th first down. They beat Oklahoma 10-7 with 8:02 to go. Split into the left. Pitchback goes to Riggins, sweeping the left side at the 43, 42, 41-yard line. He's tripped up by Don Frimmer and Bob Stevenson coming in to help out. 4-yard pickup for Junior Riggins, the tailback, as he took the shovel pass from quarterback Douglas and went to the left side.
41-yard line.
John Jackson replaces Don Shanklin at flanker back. Second down play for Kansas from the Oklahoma 41, and 6 yards to go. Jim Files, the Fort Smith, Arkansas defensive right end, claps his hands together, says, "Come on, team, let's stop them." Kansas leading 10-7 with 7:29 to go in the ball game. Split into the left, flanker to the right side. Douglas, the quarterback, gives to his fullback, Hickson. He gets very short yardage. Picks up only a yard to the 40, brought down by Don Frimmer as he went right down the middle. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for Kansas at the 40-yard line. Chances are the Jayhawks will not want to go to the air here unless they have to, because an incompleted pass stops the clock, and they want that clock to run, leading 10-7. 7:04 to go in the football game. The ball at the Oklahoma 40-yard line. 3rd and 5 for Kansas. Shanklin at the wingback on the right side now. Ben Ollison split to the left. Riggins and Hickson, the two running backs behind Douglas. Douglas fakes the ball to Hickson, trying to keep her on the left side. A flag is down. Douglas racked up right at the 40-yard line. Jim Files, the initial tackler. A flag went down on the play just as it began.
Play for no gain, a flag on the play.
Well, the penalty is going to be illegal motion against Kansas. And Oklahoma, I'm sure, will decline that. And they do.
Penalty decline brings up a...
So it'll bring a 4th down and 4 now.
And 4.
4th down at the, they put the ball down now at the 39-yard line. Closer to 4 than it is 5.
Shanklin.
Back to kick is Shanklin on this 4th down play at the Oklahoma 39.5. The snap is back to Shanklin. Plenty of time. Puts the toe into it. Pops it downfield. It hits at the 10-yard line. Hits at the 5. Goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line. A beautiful kick by Don Shanklin, who just popped it in the air down there, very soft against the breeze, and the ball skipped out of bounds at the Oklahoma 4. The Sooners are 96 yards away from a touchdown with 6:37 to go. Kansas leading 10-7, a 35-yard punt. Oklahoma from their own 4-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. All right, Oklahoma breaks up to the line of scrimmage. Steve Owens now at tailback. Unbalanced line to the left for Oklahoma. Hitting lined up at right halfback. Warmack gives to Owens over the left side. Trying to get some running room. Goes over the left side. Picks up about a yard. Maybe 2 yards. Give him to the 6-yard line. Brought down by John Zook, the defensive right end from Larned, Kansas. Second and 8 for Oklahoma at their own 6-yard line. 6:22 to go in the football game. Kansas leading Oklahoma by a score of 10-7. All right, here come the Sooners up to the line from their own 6. Owens in motion to his left from the tailback spot. Warmack takes the handoff. Quick pass, complete to Zabel at the 15-yard line. Carries the man with him across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Finally downed by Tommy Ball.
It's the first time we've seen that quickie pass this year, and Oklahoma's used it both as able to tight end and to Hinton, the wingback.
Ball about the 23-yard line. Gain from the 6 to the 23 on the play. Oklahoma 1st and 10 from their own 23. Warmack to Owens over the right side across the 25 to the 27-yard line for pickup of 4. Mickey Doyle, the linebacker, makes the stop. Doyle from Kansas City, Kansas. 5:31 to go in the game. Kansas leading Oklahoma 10-7. The Jayhawks have led all the way. They led 3-0 at halftime. Led at one time 10-0. Oklahoma from their own 27. Second down play. 6 yards to go. Hinton on the wing to the left side. Killingsworth split to the left. Warmack fakes the handoff. Going around the right side, keeping, fights forward, gets to the 28, about a yard pickup. He was in all kinds of trouble. Orville Turgeon, Emory Hicks on the tackle. Third down play and 5 for Oklahoma at their own 28-yard line. 4:58 to go. 3rd and 5 for the Sooners. Backfield of Warmack, Harper, Owens, and Hinton. The line of Zabel, Bigby, Lancaster, Craig, Mendenhall, Kalsu, and Killingsworth. Talk about your big plays. Here it is. 3rd and 5. Both ends are split. Oklahoma from their own 28-yard line. Hinton on the wing to the left side. Warmack along signal cap. Warmack gives off to Owens around the left side at the 30. Fights forward to the 35-yard line. First down, Oklahoma. Great run by Owens around the left side. First down, Sooners at their own 35 after a fine run by Owens. Hicks and Doyle make the tackle.
Well, it was an excellent call. Everybody in the ballpark was looking at the pass, and Owens ran the play very well.
Oklahoma quickly up to the line of scrimmage now with 4:13 to go at their own 35-yard line. Formation is to the right. Here's Warmack giving off to Owens up the middle. He has very little daylight. Gets a yard to the 36-yard line. 1-yard pickup. He went over to his right, veered to his left, and Emory Hicks, Orville Turgeon, and Mickey Doyle there on the tackle. At the Oklahoma 36. 2nd and 9 for the Sooners. Trailing 10-7 with 3:51 to go. Zabel splits to the right. Killingsworth splits to the left. Hinton on the wing to the left side. Here's Warmack rolling to his right, looking for Zabel. Throws for him. Complete at the 41 and out of bounds. Stopping the clock. The 41 or 42 where he caught the pass. Knocked out of bounds by Tommy Ball, defensive left halfback. That was a pass to Zabel. And let's see where they put it when they bring it in bounds. Close to the 42-yard line. From the 36 to the 42, the gain. A 6-yard pickup. 3rd down play and 3 for Oklahoma. Killingsworth splits to his right, Zabel, or to his left, rather, Zabel to the right, and it's Hinton on the wing to the left side. Warmack takes the ball, gives to Steve Owens around the left side, fights forward for only about a yard from the 42, close to the 43-yard line. It brings up a 4th down for Oklahoma. Mickey Doyle makes the tackle. 4th down play and 2 for Oklahoma at their own 43 with 3:05 to go. Here is Bo Denton checking in, replacing Joe Killingsworth. So Oklahoma will have 2 tight ends on this play for added blocking. The Sooners must go for it, trailing 10-7. Only 2:54 to go now. The clock running. Zabel tight on the right, Denton tight on the left. Hinton lines up at left halfback. Owens in the top of the eye from the Oklahoma 43. 4th down, 2 yards to go. Warmack takes the ball, gives it to Owens up the middle, has the first down at the 46-yard line. 13th first down for Oklahoma at their own 46. Mickey Doyle again making the tackle for the Kansas Jayhawks. Timeout with 2:32 to go. Oklahoma wants to stop the clock. Timeout on the field. The score: Kansas 10, Oklahoma 7.
Star Discount Pharmacy has the answer to your problem of what to choose for that special gift-giving occasion. Yes, at Star Discount Pharmacy, 424 West Main in Norman and 629 Moore Avenue North in Moore, they have the new Broxinen Automatic Action Toothbrush at a greatly reduced price. The Broxinen Automatic Action Toothbrush gives constant power, no batteries to run down or need recharging, and it gets your mouth really clean and leaves you pleasantly refreshed. See the other refreshing bargains today at Star Discount Pharmacy, conveniently located in Norman and more. Star Discount Pharmacy.
Over 300,000 cheerleaders in all parts of the United States. In broad competition, the following fields have been judged.
Well, Oklahoma uses one of their 4 timeouts here to stop the clock with 2:32 to go. They have the ball at their own 46. This drive started at their own 4. There are only 2 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the ball game. Kansas leading by 3, 10-7. And everyone, of course, discussing that the Sooners probably will have to go to the air. Kansas knows this. That puts you at a disadvantage when you're passing. Sooners have been moving very well on the ground here the second half, although the first half they gained only 15 yards total rushing. Kansas leading 10-7. Here we go. Time is back in from the Oklahoma 46. First and 10 yards to go. Killingsworth back in at the split end. Put to the left side. Here is Warmack faking to Owens. Around the left side. Decides to run it. Cuts upfield at the 50 in Kansas territory. Goes out of bounds at the 49 to stop the clock with 2:26 to go. A pickup of 5 yards from the Oklahoma 46 to the Kansas 49-yard line. That was Warmack sweeping around the left side after he could not find anyone open to pass to, and there was plenty of daylight for him to run. Sweatman knocked Warmack out of bounds. 2:26 to go in the game. 10-7 is the score. Kansas leads Oklahoma. The Sooners have the ball at the Kansas 49-yard line. Killingsworth puts to the right side. Sable, a tight end on the left. Kansas, the 6-man line. Here's Warmack. He gives to Owens up the middle. Goes down to the Kansas 46 for a 3-yard gain. Third down play and 2 for Oklahoma. 2:18, 2:17 left. The Sooners hustle back to their huddle. Ball at the Kansas 46-yard line. Oklahoma going with the wind. Oklahoma quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 2:09 to go at the Kansas 46-yard line. Formation to the right. Third down play. And off to Owens down the middle. Across the 45. I believe he has the first down. He does have the first down as he goes to the 43-yard line. Oklahoma again stops the clock using their second timeout. That's the 14th first down for the Sooners. Timeout on the field to score Kansas 10, Oklahoma 7.
The savings are 3 blocks long. That's right, the Downtown Shopping Center is the place to shop and save. In Norman's Downtown Shopping Center, you'll not only save in every store in the 3-block length of the shopping center, but you'll also save your valuable time. Nowhere else will you find everything you need in one conveniently planned location. And there's always plenty of free parking in the front or in the rear. So why not save your time and your nerves with one simple visit to the Downtown Shopping Center? That's the Downtown Shopping Center, Norman's only one-stop shopping center.
A minute, 59 seconds to go on this cardiac-type ball game here at Owens Stadium and Dad's Day crowd. Kansas leading by a score of 10-7. Oklahoma has the ball at the Kansas 43. First and 10 yards to go. The ball in about the center of the field laterally. 10-7. Kansas by 3 with just a minute 59 to go in the contest. Oklahoma trying to clinch at least a tie for the conference title if they can win it. If they can pull it out here in the final minute and 59 seconds. And here we go. Oklahoma formation right. Warmack calls the signals. Warmack takes the ball. He fakes to Owens. He's back to pass. Gets around one man. Goes to the 42 to 40-yard line. Decided to run with it. Ends up picking up only 3 yards on the play. There wasn't anyone open. A minute 48, a minute 47. The clock running. And Oklahoma stops the clock by using their third timeout. That means they have 1 remaining. A minute 44 to go. It'll bring up a second down play. And 7 for Oklahoma at the Kansas 40-yard line.
Second down and 7.
Well, of course, it's scramble time now. That's about all you can do when you have that little time left on the clock. And Oklahoma has not been known for hitting the long pass this year. In fact, I can only recall one, and that was a touchdown to Zabel against Iowa State last week that blew it all the way in. So Oklahoma's going to have to try to get that ball to the sideline or hit the pass plays and do it with not using any more time than they have to. But Kansas is putting on a very strong pass rush, and their pass defense has been pretty good. And Warmack hasn't been able to find his receivers open. So, all in all, it's a pretty tough hill to climb. And the Sooners out there with a minute 44 left to go in the football game are having to climb it all by themselves. Actually, Oklahoma has been a much better football team this second half than they were the first half of the football game. They have managed to control the ball more and moved it more, but they've had a long way to go.
From the 40, a minute 44 seconds to go. Oklahoma has 1 timeout remaining. They're traveling with the wind. Second down play and 7 yards to go. They've traveled from their own 4 to the Kansas 40. All right, formation is to the left. Kansas, a 6-man defensive front. Here's Warmack. He rolls to his left. He's looking. He throws the pass. It's complete at the Kansas 34. Killingsworth. He's down at the 32. He did not get out of bounds. The clock continues to run. A minute 35 to go at the 32 or 33. They put it at the 33. It'll be very close to the first down. It is a first down. Oklahoma at the Kansas 33. Clock is running. A minute 26. A minute 25. Ball at the Kansas 33-yard line. Oklahoma huddling. They have one timeout remaining. A minute 20 to go. Quickly, Oklahoma breaks huddle. Comes up to the line of scrimmage. A minute 16 left at the Kansas 33-yard line. Formation to the right. Warmack rolling to his right, looking to pass. Throws. It's complete at the 30-yard line to Killingsworth. A pickup of 3 yards. Timeout called by Oklahoma, and that's their last one. Pickup of 3 on the pass play. Timeout on the field. The score: Kansas 10, Oklahoma 7.
In this day and age, who can save money, right? I mean, how do you save money when everybody's grabbing it away from you? Uncle Sam, the wife, the kids, bill collectors, everybody's got their hands out, right? Well, I found out how. Every time I get a paycheck, I stick my own hand out first. Then I take care of the other guys. And when the wife says, honey, I've just got to have $10 to buy this beat-up old whangdoodle down at the antique store, I just tell her I'm fresh out. I tell her all our money's down at the First National Bank of Norman, earning 4% interest compounded quarterly. I show her how before long she'll have more money than she knows what to do with. I explain how saving is the great American institution. Then I get a loan from the First and go buy that whangdoodle.
Bob Berry along with Jack Ogle. Here's the situation. Oklahoma has the ball at the Kansas 30. They've marched all the way from their own 4 to the Kansas 30. There is 1 minute, and there are 7 seconds left. A minute 7 to go. Oklahoma now has used all of their timeouts. They have the ball at the Kansas 30. They'll either have to get out of bounds with it or not use a huddle. Here we go from the Kansas 30. Second down play. 7 yards to go. Warmack fakes the ball to Owens. Back to pass. Throws deep for Zabel in the end zone. Touchdown!
Zabel got behind him, and Warmack threw it right in his hands, and they've been beating each other to death down there ever since, and now they'll never get the Oranges off the field. Holy mackerel, I can't believe it. 13-10, Oklahoma's out in front. They'll try the extra point. The ball game isn't over. Kansas can still move that thing if they can ever get all the Oranges off the field.
Friends, that was a 30-yard pass play before I came unglued there. Oh, brother. Is there a doctor in the booth? I tell you.
Bobby, I know you face this situation too, but occasionally you have people say, well, you sound like you're favoring Oklahoma. Well, you can't work a football team all year long without favoring them some. And just got to admit, we get terribly excited up here when something like that happens. That was a heck of a play.
The field looks like the sergeant said police the area. That's the students are out policing the field. That is, throwing the Oranges off. Meanwhile, back at the ranch at the south end zone, Oklahoma will try their extra point, leading 13-10. A minute 2 to go. A 30-yard pass from Warmack to Zabel. And Warmack has not been on target earlier today, but he was right on the button on that one. A beautiful pass, and Zabel caught it in full stride in the end zone. As he got behind Tommy Ball, the Manhattan, Kansas defensive left halfback, he was the one beaten on the play defensively. Zabel, we didn't see the exact pattern that he ran. It looked like he just took off for the happy hunting ground. 30-yard pass to Zabel, the tight end from Thornton, Colorado. Sophomore, 19, 6'4", and 206. And now Vachon will try to tack on the extra point. That is very important. 13-10. Because the field goal could tie it if he misses it. The ball is down. The booming kick is good. Timeout on the field. The score, Oklahoma 14, Kansas 10.
At Sooner Superette, the complete Sooner Savings Center, the secret is in the savings. Quality food and everyday items at consistently lower cost. In a nutshell, my friends, this is the reason more and more budget-conscious Sooners shop for all their various needs, including top-quality foods at the Sooner Superette. Sooners save time at Sooner Superette, too, because it's so convenient to cash checks and money orders. Also, you may buy stamps there. Even have your keys made right at the Sooner Superette. Remember, top quality for the most savings anywhere. That's the story of the complete Sooner Savings Center. Sooner Superette, 1313A South Jenkins, just south of Owen Stadium.
All right, Oklahoma went 96 yards in 15 plays.
Thank you.
Personal foul against the Sooners on the extra point play. will have the Sooners kicking from the 25 after the 15-yard penalty. The score is 14-10. There are 1 minute, 2 seconds to go. Kansas, of course, noted for their kickoff and punt return, so anything could still happen. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Sooner Football Network.
You're listening to the Sporty One in Mid-Oklahoma, KNOR Norman. This is OU Football, brought to you in part by Star Pharmacy of 424 West Main in Norman, 629 Moore Avenue North and Moore. You're the star at Star Pharmacy where the prices are lower.
The penalty was for throwing oranges. The penalty was against the crowd. Therefore, Oklahoma is kicking from the 25-yard line rather than the 40 with the wind. 1 minute 2 to go. Oklahoma now leading 14-10, and here's the kick. A line drive kick, bounds at the Kansas 40 across the 30-yard line, picked up at the 30, 35 by Butler, 40-yard line, 45-yard line, 50-yard line, to the Oklahoma 48-yard line. And he's gang tackled at the 48 or 47 with 54 seconds remaining. Kansas calls the timeout, and now Kansas will try to bomb a few. It's timeout on the field. The score, Oklahoma 14, Kansas 10.
Star Discount Pharmacy, the undisputed giant of discount prices at 424 West Main in Norman, 629 Moore Avenue North and Moore, invites you in today to shop for the little giant of sweeteners, Sweeta, at a greatly reduced price. Sweeta has enough no-calorie sweeteners for 380 ice drinks. Sweeta gives you all the sweeteners of 2, 4, yes, 8 drops of another leading no-calorie sweetener. The values are always sweeter at Star Discount Pharmacy, conveniently located in Norman and Moore. Shop today.
From the Oklahoma 47, Kansas, Douglas back to pass, throws incomplete at the 32-yard line, intended for Ben Ollison. 5 of 9 passing for Douglas. 2nd and 10 from the Oklahoma 47. The clock stops with 49 seconds to go.
I doubt seriously that Douglas and Pepper Rodgers will make any bones about it much now. They're going to throw that football, and Bobby just dropped right straight back on that one. He drilled it right in the receiver's hand. He just couldn't quite hold on. Douglas throws the ball very, very hard and very well.
All right, Ollison splits to the left side. Flanker to the right side is Shanklin. 2nd and 10 from the Oklahoma 47, 49 seconds. Douglas straight back to pass. He's looking. He throws. It's incomplete. Bounced out of the hands of Don Shanklin, and Barrett was trying to reach the ball to intercept it. He couldn't quite reach it. 3rd and 10, Kansas at the Oklahoma 47. 44 seconds to go. 5 of 10 passing for Douglas, and here is Junior Riggins replacing Thermos Butler. The ball at the Oklahoma 47 with 44 seconds left. Oklahoma leads 14-10. Kansas led the entire ball game until just a few moments ago. With 1 minute 2 left in the game, Oklahoma scored. All right, Kansas split into the left, flanking to the right side. 3rd down play. Douglas rolls to his right, now straight back, looks to pass, still looking, runs to his left. Peso chasing him, gets to the 50. Peso gets a hand on him at the 44. He gets away from Peso, goes down the sideline, bumped out of bounds at the 37 or 38-yard line. 34 seconds remaining. Douglas made a fine run. Peso made a great effort on the play. And it'll bring up be very close to the first down. Not quite a first down, though, as they put it at the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th and 1 for Kansas at the Oklahoma 38.
Well, if I've kept track properly, Kansas has 2 timeouts left. I'm not certain about that. But they're sending the sprinters on the field now. Boy, they've got some kids over there that can run that Pepper went and got off the track squad. And I mean, they can fly, and they're sending them out there. Now the question is whether they'll go for the first down here or go all the way.
34 seconds left. Kansas trailing Oklahoma 14-10. Gary Yard, the split into the right side. Shanklin flanked to the left side. 4th down 1 from the Oklahoma 38. Bob Douglas, the quarterback. Douglas takes the ball, drops straight back to pass. He's looking, he throws. It's incomplete. Oklahoma takes over.
Well, from Kansas' standpoint, it's a shame because that is the first pass, I believe, today that Douglas hasn't put right in there on the money. Some of them have been dropped, some of them have been batted down. But he missed that pass. He just threw it too low. It just wasn't there. And Oklahoma has the football back with 29 seconds to go. If they can hold on to it for 29, those folks can throw all the oranges they want to.
All right, 29 seconds. Oklahoma has both ends split. Hinton on the wing to the left side. Warmack, the quarterback, takes it and just falls to the ground at the 37 to kill the clock. 25 seconds. Kansas will use up its 3rd timeout to stop the clock with 25 seconds to go. Oklahoma lost a yard on the play. Shots now, and they're at the tailback position for Oklahoma. Boy, I'll tell you, this has been some football game. It's Dad's day, and I'll tell you, Dad, it's been a ball game. One to ride home about. 25 seconds left in the ball game. Oklahoma leading 14-10. The Sooners trail 10-0 as late as the third quarter.
I don't know about these college dads, Bob, but I have 3 little boys, and I've aged enough today they could be college boys by now, I'll tell you that.
Oh, me. Here we go. Oklahoma from their own 37, 2nd and 11, trying to run out the clock. Kansas, I believe, has one more timeout remaining. 25 seconds to go in the game. Both ends are split. Hinton on the wing to the left. Shots in the top of the eye. Warmack takes the ball, falls down at the 34-yard line. Kansas uses up their final timeout with 22 seconds to go. That was a loss of 3. Third down play. Timeout on the field. The score, Oklahoma 14, Kansas 10.
You drive all over town, get caught in the traffic, hit every stoplight just to pick up those day-to-day needs. By the time you get home, your nerves are frayed and you're tired. Sound familiar? Sure does. But say, my friend, why bother with all that running around? Now you can do all of your shopping in one simple stop, no matter what you need, at Norman's Downtown Shopping Center. You'll save time and money by paying a visit to the merchants in the Downtown Shopping Center, where reasonable prices are a habit. That's the Downtown Shopping Center, where there's always plenty of free parking. Norman's only one-stop shopping center.
Right 3. Final, Georgia 14, Auburn nothing.
All right, time back in. Kansas has now used up their timeouts. It's a third down play. Warmack rolling to his left, 21 seconds, 20 seconds. He's rolling around the left side. He's hit at the 34, which is the line of scrimmage, and pushed down at the 34. May have lost a yard to the 33. Mike Sweatman makes the tackle. That'll bring up a fourth down with 15 seconds to go.
Well, Kansas apparently had another timeout left because they used it. I thought they used one early in the half when they were a little befuddled on a play down here when they were trying to knock in the touchdown. Anyway, they've called another timeout and the clock is stopped. 15 seconds left to go, and Oklahoma will likely kick the football because they don't want to give it up down there. Kansas would have time to run one, and so they're going to boom the thing out of there and then try to cover it.
15 seconds to go, as Jack said. Gordon Wheeler, who's punted well today, back to kick for Oklahoma, kicking with the breeze, which is now diminished to, well, I would say under 10 miles an hour. Shanklin, a single safety. Kansas will put on a rush, it appears. They're stacking people. Here come the Kansans to rush Wheeler. Wheeler gets his kick away. A booming kick. Tremendous kick down at the 8-yard line. It hits at the 8, rolls at the, picked up at the 10. Shanklin going to the out-of-bounds side, gets out of bounds at the 12-yard line with 4 seconds to go. A fantastic kick by Gordon Wheeler. A flag is down, and so are the oranges once again. The preliminary signal is a personal foul on the Sooners. Jack?
We'll see what they do on that. That'll give Kansas a little more running room, and here come the oranges down again. Not too many of them this time. I don't know how far Wheeler kicked that ball. He must have been standing on about what, the 20? 62 yards from the line of scrimmage will be his official punt yardage, but he must have been standing on about the 20, and it hit at the 10-yard line at the other end of the field. So he kicked the football, 70 yards in the air anyway. Now, 15-yard penalty against Oklahoma, and that's going to move the ball out to the 29-yard line. There's 4 seconds left to go in the ball game. Oklahoma will obviously go into the prevent defense, and because Kansas is going to be throwing this one, you can count on it. They're going to be flying everybody they can find to fly.
4 seconds to go. Oklahoma leading 14-10. Here goes Kansas up to the line of scrimmage, possibly the last play of the game. Shanklin flank to the left. Allison split to the right. Handoff goes to Butler. Up the middle. 35, 40, 45. Time runs out. He's hit at the 50-yard line. Dropped at the 46-yard line. Fumble, and Kansas recovers the fumble, I believe. But who cares? The time runs out. Oklahoma has won the football game, 14-10. That's the end of today's football game with the score Oklahoma 14, Kansas 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds with a wrap-up of today's game.
Say, do you know what a First National blank is? Well, a First National blank is the best thing that ever happened to money. It's your very own personalized check from the First National Bank and Trust Company in Norman. It's just as good as cash anywhere in town, and a lot more convenient. You can select from 3 types of checking accounts at the first, the regular, a special account, or the no-charge 500 account. One of them sure to be tailor-made for your needs. Each check